Hello?
Hey,
There we
there
go.
it is.
Alright.
There it is.
I'm gonna look back on this 20 years from now and be like, yeet.
God.
And with that wonderful cold open,
Goodness.
who would like to recap last time?
Oh, we got to Lucerne. We brought in the
We
dragon
did.
eggs. There may be
Esther
plans.
wants.
Yeah, there may be
Esther
plans
wants.
to like
Esther
take
got a
the
shit ton
entire
of money.
shop on board, but we'll see.
We sold the dragon
God.
eggs, 11 of them, for 40,000 gold?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot.
But then we bought the
40,000.
pseudo dragons. We bought the
So
pseudo
you-
dragons, and that was 3,000. So now we have 37,000 gold and a small colony of pseudo dragons.
God, we're
They're
not.
all
we're
named
building another
George.
Menagerie.
Hey, they're all
And-
eggs right now.
Esther
We're
wants
giving
the
them
silver
away.
one. Esther wants the silver dragon so bad, but she's 12,000. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, we need it for warding the castle. Remember?
Keep in mind, dragons do make a horde. Anyways, so,
Yes.
Yeah, but is that a horde that we
Yeah.
can dip from?
and also, where does the horde come from is the real question.
Exactly.
Our pockets.
Couch cushions.
I
Back
love
it-
that is
yeah.
the that's the
So-
horde.
Information is traded in the
Falls
meantime.
out.
We
Oh,
find
sure.
out that the druidic safe house is actually a network base disguised as a druidic safe house in Fluss. So that was interesting.
Yeah.
That's
We-
an eraser?
We've got information on the prison, the core, in Darren Core.
Fuck.
We've got info on the upper 3 levels, nothing on the lowest 4th level. Soldiers are kept in the couple of the floors, closely guarded. Oh wait, the soldier, my bad. Kept in the lower 2 floors, closely guarded, room changed often in no set pattern. We've got maps of the 3 that are known. The upper 2 floors are kind of standard prison, but then the 3rd and 4th have really crazy, like, natural or mechanical protections, including the fact that really only arcane magic users of a sufficient level are going to be okay to these defenses, these, like, automatic scanners. Anything
less would get absolutely. Yeah.
Anybody
Metal
using
detector.
Anybody using clerical divine magic is going to be targeted. Anybody using natural magic will really be targeted. So,
With prejudice.
Mhm.
so we could have a little bit of trouble. Also, we found out that if the diviner has physically seen you within the last week, she can bypass low-level divination deterrents.
AKA stay the fuck out of her sight.
Oh yeah, and we were warned later to definitely stay out of her sight because she's mad at us, like, personally.
Yeah.
She got beef.
She got beef.
Yep.
Got beef.
Yep.
Bro, you got beef?
She got soy.
We got information about Scorpio's base and how that whole thing works because her deal is the buying and selling, mostly stealing and selling, honestly, of magical items and things like that.
Bitch ass. I hate that
So-
fucker.
We know one place where that takes place, but we don't know how to get past a lot of it, aside from, like, bust in, I guess. We'll maybe figure it out. Honestly,
Sneak under the bus.
honestly, just at this point, let's just bring a battering ram and all the dwarves. Let's just
Yeah.
chisel our
They
way
can't
through.
stop. They can't kill all of us.
They can't kill all of us.
That is a matter of opinion.
They can't kill all of us.
They
All of us.
probably, maybe... It's possible they couldn't kill all of us.
They can't
Not
kill all
all
of
at
us and
once.
keep
There's a
us that
chance they
way.
couldn't kill all of
For
us.
science.
And if they do manage it, then they kind of deserve the vestige at that point.
Yeah.
No, they fucking don't. I'll come back.
You already tried that once.
The
We won't be
Lord
there
of
to fix
Oil
it that
can't
time.
Hold me.
Sorry, bro.
The Genasi
So.
meeting might have a few threats.
Terrorists
Maybe
that we
maybe big,
will
maybe
not
small
agree.
rumors.
Troubles. Big troubles.
Exiles, ne'er-do-wells, general hooligans.
Some may be
Interesting
worse than others,
characters.
some we
Yes.
know more about other than others, so we'll
Yes.
see.
Potential
Oranger has
major
been
issues.
Fighting against Zodiacs for us.
Thanks, bro.
He can make a demiplane target for our orb, though. Give him a couple of days. return favor eventually. No rush. A really old dragon beneath the sinking land stole stuff from him, including a lot of his alchemy stuff. About 7 bags of holding worth. So we're gonna have to deal with that at some point. There are some interesting questions about Jade being faint in the ethereal plane. There's this non-standard tower keeping her going.
Esther had a panic attack.
Yeah. Things are discussed. Orzur met the Monarch. Dragon Man's gonna have to meet the Monarch. Monarch's name knocks most of us out, so that's great. It's a divine word, true name for fire. Esther needs to not.
Was she
can't
knocked
stop
out?
me.
Was Esther knocked out?
Esther
Wait,
knows
what?
the name now, though, because it was translated through the head of the Fane. It's just
Oh.
the immediate burst of it pretty much knocked people out. Esther tried to
Yeah.
summon it through the Duat. Gariel didn't
Not-
matter.
Esther wanted to, and did not realize
Esther
that was a really
tried.
bad idea. Orzur stayed to kind of chat and do some rituals overnight to help balance out these insane children we seem to be collecting around us.
I want an orphanage.
Yeah?
You want
Goodness.
you're getting a dragon. You're getting a dragon home, okay?
You do realize that my plan, like my final plan for Esther, if she survives and all this shit kind of settles down, Cam said he helped run an orphanage. Where do you think she's gonna go, boys?
She's gonna bring a small horde of dragons with her.
You
Yes,
want the orphanage?
yes,
You
she
can't
will.
handle the orphanage.
You can
Watch me.
I don't think Cam can handle the orphanage.
Bunch of Genasi children, she'd fucking thrive. I've been thinking about that ever since it got mentioned, like almost a year ago now.
Goodness.
And so, we awake on the castle of the floating variety
Yes.
as I update the number of gold pieces you have for funding the castle, which is just a note in the handouts, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Esther
Their
did not
income
sleep
statement?
well. Our fucking
Is-
income tax.
Oh,
Guys.
I put that all in the GM notes. I'm
Yeah.
smart.
It's here, it shows us, but no
Yeah.
see.
Funding the castle.
Okay, cool.
I put it all in the GM notes because I'm smart. So, as such, you wake up in the morning. It's a lightly rainy day, but nothing too out of the ordinary. It's rare that you get clouds this high up that actually rain on you guys, but it's a nice change, and the landscape around you seems to be better off for it. A lot of the firebirds are hanging around in the more enclosed spaces, keeping their feathers from getting dirty, at least in their eyes dirty. And as you all come up, you see Orzur, Gariel, and Issa kind of meditating in this peaceful pose at the base of the monarch's perch. They seem peaceful, and the kids are asleep with them. An oddly quiet start to a day. It's the monumental, almost ever-present stress. What your plans for the next few weeks are.
Okay.
Just kind of start to hit you as, okay, breakfast is had. What's the game?
It's D&D.
Still thinking
So we're gonna end the session. Thank you, everyone.
And that's everything. Thank you guys.
Done.
Thanks for watching.
Campaign finished. See you in season 2.
Yeah.
Fuck, I've got the notes. Let's go. No, I'm joking.
God, please, I don't have.
Ares walks in.
Really
All y'all
important.
fuckers don't deserve this shit.
Roll initiative.
Fuck.
Alright,
That would be fun to do with you guys. Anyways,
so,
Don't.
here's a thought. We should probably leave the castle here, or have it fly around different parts of the countryside when we go to Darencore without it. It does
Maybe.
rather announce our presence.
Arbitrarily, yeah.
Do you think we're even ready for this?
We're not
We're
ready
about
yet.
what else do you think we
Prepared
should
as we
do?
could be, yeah.
We need a couple of days. We need to get the teleportation orb back after it's been modified.
Yes.
Conrad, how many days until it starts?
So what starts? The orb is done?
No, till the gathering starts. I forgot to keep track.
If I'm not mistaken, it just went down to 19 days.
Thank you. 19. Okay, it was a lot longer than I thought. Awesome.
You're still about 3 weeks out.
Yeah. Okay, great. I just need to keep track.
I feel like there's only one way to find out if we're ready for the stuff. And unfortunately, it's to do it.
Still need our escape out.
Yes.
So, what? He's on the 3rd level then?
We've... maybe.
I think we need to talk
Didn't
to
we get-
Aquarius.
Out of character, didn't we get confirmed our target was 3rd level?
We got it
Cells on
confirmed
the
it
3rd
was...
level.
What?
His cell is on the 3rd level.
Okay.
Where you can't technically say where he is specifically, but his cell is.
Okay.
He is on the 3rd level.
Relatively.
He should be, from information we have gathered.
Alright. Well, I think I need to talk to Aquarius then.
Go ahead. We have at least a couple of days to prepare and do whatever we need to beforehand.
See if you can't get some sort of information or sentence or something that we could that allows us to convey to the prisoner that we don't mean harm and he should come with us.
Okay. I'm assuming Pierce is also out of the pot still, yeah?
He's enjoying his newfound freedom.
I love him. My favorite boy.
Esther just like does a whistle and just like pets his head.
He kind of walks over and just enjoys the scratching and just kind of looks around and goes, "Anyone got spare change?"
Nice tarot.
How about you go harass the dwarves?
They won't give me any. Apparently, ore is valuable.
That it is.
If they have coins or maybe some jewelry that they don't need.
Yeah, I tried. Seems they're sentimental or something.
That is generally common with humanoids.
He just kind of like puts his head down on the ground and starts eating one of the flagstones.
Fair enough.
Have you sniffed through the caverns yet? Just in case
Appar-
any of the previous ones left anything behind.
Smells like old dragons.
Mm,
Kind of spooky.
alright.
Well,
I'll
it's
go-
your job to eventually make it smell like different dragons.
I'll come with you very briefly, Esther. I don't need to have a conversation, but I think the dogs could use some exercise out in the fresh air as well.
That sounds like
Sounds-
a very good idea.
Alright. Are we gonna go somewhere a bit more private then to open up the pot?
Probably, but then I'm gonna take the dogs out into, like, the garden area and let them have a little bit of a run around.
Yeah, there's a little cavern that you guys have used a couple times to open up the hut if you need to. You can do if you'd like.
Also,
Yeah.
Asher will take out a silver piece and just kind of like flick it in the air above Pierce, see what he does.
There's like a Leviathan moment where he just like twists up in there with like one flap of his wings and catches it.
How does he
Nice.
land?
He doesn't. He just keeps flying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's flying more often than he isn't.
Okay,
then-
that's good.
I'm interested to see how the cripple dragon does when meeting cripple Carson. Hey,
That's
you're like
great.
me.
He's gonna take out another silver and just like get Pierce to like stay still and just place it on his snout.
He just like stays as low as still as he can while he tries to reach his tongue out to grab it.
You
And
know, you
eventually,
can
it like falls off his nose and he just like dives on top of it.
graceful indeed, Pierce. Doing great.
It's like looks up at you with like silver chunks like falling out of his mouth. And you notice that his teeth are scary sharp by this point.
Yeah.
He's perfect.
You
Is
keep
this-
those choppers in there, bud.
Oh shit, this is the first time Fervis has seen him.
He's just
Oh.
mostly ignoring Fervus at this point.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess real quick while he's here, do we ask him about the other thing?
Who about
What other thing?
The one you're trying to add to the collection.
Oh, Paris's opinion.
Yeah.
Oh, alright.
Oh,
Paris?
Yeah.
Like looks up to you and like you can see there's like a hungry look in his eye.
I
You know that like coins and like metals supposed to like rocks like candy to him basically.
yeah, pretty much.
So he's got like a
Uh,
bit of a sugar high going.
I wanted to ask. How
Here,
did
this will
you-
even you out, and he just puts a piece of bread in his mouth.
Just like tries to chomp down on it because he can't really chew. He's got sharp teeth.
How would you feel about having a friend?
I mean, you guys are my friends.
I mean, a friend like you, a dragon like you.
One of those black dragons. I'm not sure how much I like the idea.
No, not a black dragon.
Okay.
Not yet, at least.
No. Not yet, and not for a while. She's
I mean,
silver.
the concept of having a friend is nice, but I kind of have to meet them first.
Well, you'll meet them rather soon then. I'll take you to introduce them.
Okay. I'm gonna go hunt
This is-
rats. He just like flies off to go hunt some rats,
Have fun, my man.
which are the size of small dogs around here. So
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Horrifying.
Let my-
Thank you.
Well.
wake up one night with the bubonic plague.
Oh god.
I also imagine Pierce does. You know the lizard thing? You give him a bug and it kind of like swings its head back and forth like for a minute.
no, he's more prone to just like swallow.
Okay.
Like metal, he's got to break down, but like a living thing, he just like gulps.
Gulp.
Horrifying.
Perfect.
Okay, I guess we'll ask him about what he thinks about having a whole building full of more scaly friends later.
Yeah, it's a slow process. Just see about one and then keep getting more, I think. Yeah.
It's like shoes. Like you buy one pair and you're like, oh, I can have another one for this situation. And then you buy another one. Oh, sorry, more like buying dice, I guess.
Fair enough.
Except these ones are shiny flying rocks.
Is Esther collecting dragons like a D&D nerd collects dice? Yes.
Yeah.
Am I gonna stop? No.
No.
So
Alright.
as you head down to the cavern, open up the hut, and enter inside, Aquarius seems to be like not really facing the door, and she's just dancing. And like she like flips around to look at you guys, and like three of the dogs turn to face you too, and she just like looks at you and just goes red in the face and just goes, "Good morning."
Don't let us
Well.
interrupt. We'll
Nope,
just-
that's okay.
We're just going to let the dogs get a little fresh air and some exercise.
Right.
Esther, can I make a request?
Sure.
Can I get a piece of paper so I can write a like "please knock" sign?
Of course. And
Thank
she'll
you.
kind of pull out a sheet.
And she like takes it, writes down on it with like a pencil and paper she has with her, or just a pencil, and like just plasters it onto your forehead.
Yeah, thanks.
But the dogs join you happily, Rosalind. It seems they're quite happy to see you, and you as well, Ashta. They just swarm over the two of you. One of the smaller ones, Zinnia, kind of like hobbles its way over to you. It's like just barely walking properly.
Just checking on the tiny wolf.
Yep. Seems to be doing pretty well. It's growing much faster than the other ones, for obvious reasons.
He's going
Yeah.
to just kind of take it.
How's the
Just go and
hippogriff?
find a corner where no one's looking at him.
it's a round room.
Mm.
We're gonna
No
be
corners.
We're gonna be out in the cavern, and Rosalind is gonna see him be all mushy over the baby wolf, and it'll be fine.
He was too busy looking at the tiny little pupper.
The hippogriff looks... It looks okay. You guys know that like it could probably use some fresh air as well.
Let's take.
They don't do
Ortega
great
out
being
too.
cooped up.
I'll take it out and check it out a little bit. See how the wings are doing. Like,
Yeah.
Yep. Aquarius says something to it in Primordial, and they fly out to you. They seem to listen to her command pretty comfortably.
okay.
You've gained close to it.
Well, not much else to do than play with the cute animals and do my best to use the waste efficiently.
Well, better than being stuck in a prison cell. Considering prison cell, that's what we're here to talk to you about.
My lease up?
No!
Oh.
Your comrade is taken hostage.
Oh, at this point I was assuming you guys were going to wait till the war was done to get him out.
No, we just really haven't had the time to actually sit down and plan the heist.
Not like I'm in a position to berate you guys for it.
Speaking of then, what is there something that possibly that we could tell him so he knows that we're sent by you? Where do you need him taken after? Would you like him brought here to you for safety?
Just somewhere safe. If this is the safest place you can get access to, then perfect.
Honestly, this is the place that we know nobody could possibly hurt him.
I'm sure the puppies wouldn't mind anyway, having someone else to play with.
And I don't think that you would mind having somebody else.
It would be nice. Although, it's gonna be fun sharing the space. It could be worse.
We will make sure that you both are accommodated.
Appreciate it, Esther.
Frankly, with what's happening right now, Scorpio found me.
She's a lovely one, isn't she?
Oh, she's a downright bitch. But regardless, she pulled a knife on me in front of my child. Going to make sure that I do the same. Minus in front of a child. Because at least I have some more.
Yeah, I would recommend pulling knives on children.
Wait,
Only when they
purpose?
deserve it.
Says the resident child.
Asta's at least pulled an arrow on you. Probably, at some point.
Just statistically, he has.
Statistically.
But, this man, what's his name?
If I... He used to go by, we used to call him Junior. He likes his nicknames.
How old is he?
Oh, just 17, 18. He's one of the younger recruits, that's why we called him Junior, but he had this, like, big baby face.
Oh my god. Why didn't...
Oh,
Anyways,
Fantastic with a spear, I will say. But you look at him and you just think he couldn't hurt a person if he tried.
I've learned not to judge.
Wise lesson.
Regardless. So, Junior, usually probably a better name to call him. Here's the thing. We will have to most likely bring him here. Keep him with you. He will be accommodated. Don't worry about that. We will make sure that there's enough for the both of you to keep you safe. I fear that sending him back to the elemental planes, it would result in him being killed. I would rather avoid that.
I'll trust your judgment. Your contact with the outside world is better than mine.
Have the Zodiacs tried to contact you anymore?
A couple. I try to not answer as much as possible.
Okay. Who still attempts to contact you?
Libra, mainly.
Okay. It's just better to discern somebody who might potentially be a friend rather than a foe. At least somebody who's still looking out for you. Means that
Well,
they have some good interest.
not all of them can actually send messages to me, so... Those that can and have great desire to check in every once in a while to make sure I'm still alive, and I usually answer those at least. Just saying I'm still okay, not being mistreated or anything.
Good, I'm glad. I would rather... Anyways, doesn't matter what I'd rather. Junior, 18, can you give a rough physical description?
He's, air genasi. Just over 5 feet. But if he's in similar condition to when he left, pretty broad around the shoulders, bit of baby fat to his face, like I said, short hair. It's like a light grayish blue skin, almost like a slate.
Okay.
His eyes always have just like a little bit of like lightning colored brightness to them. Right around the square.
Any markings? Tattoos?
No, not that I know of at least.
Interesting. Okay.
Nice kid. Talks kind of formally until you get to really know him.
Yeah. Okay, no, I don't know how we're gonna pull this off, but we're gonna try. Anyways, where he's being kept, it is very secure. It's going to take us a while to get in. Going to take us, hopefully, not as long to get out. But unfortunately, the woman who runs the facility is pissed with us.
I can't imagine why.
Hmm.
Almost like you guys are paragons of good favor and political tiptoeing.
Yes. Well, mainly it's because we didn't give you up.
Tiptoe away in that case.
They wanted you for questioning and interrogation. And
Can't,
personally,
ma'am. Say I'm surprised. At least you guys come with a pretty face when you come to interrogate me.
well, I'd like to think that our conditions here are a little bit better than what they would be inside of the government prison.
I mean, I hope so. Otherwise, send me that way, because these puppies are cute. I wouldn't mind, like, twice as many.
Well, then in that case, you'd be glad you'd stay here. Does he use any sort of magic?
No, most of them didn't have any sort of magic to them except for the basic Genasi spells.
Okay, good to know. That's also important in getting him out of there. Apparently they can detect certain levels of magic, and I'd rather him be able to pass under the radar than over it.
Probably easier to take him than some of the other ones, then. You sure he's being kept in a magician's prison?
Positive.
Alright.
Why is that?
It just seems strange to lock what's basically a glorified messenger in a magician's prison.
I'll admit, it is kind of weird. He didn't seem like a high-level soldier. He doesn't seem like he would know a lot of information. If he's only a messenger...
Well, he would know a decent amount, especially if they wanted locations of people. But other than that, I mean, relatively basic soldier.
I just really hope he's not in that bad of shape.
That's what you guys got Zinnia for, right?
Thankfully, yes. Right. Junior, rough description. Is there, again, any phrase that might be able to calm him to make sure that he's more for you?
You can ask him which air currents sway Libra's scales. And if he tells you that the western wind blows through them, but the southern wind tips, then you at least know he's of right mind.
Okay. Thank you. Oh, God. Alright. Oh, it's gonna be a time. Anyways. Again, sorry about
You've
earlier.
apologized enough, Esther.
I feel like that's all I do nowadays, honestly. I get robbed and then I apologize. I feel like that's all I do now.
In that case, go break into a prison.
Let's break into a prison.
Sounds like a plan.
I hear it's a wonderful catharsis.
Oh.
It'll be
Wonderful,
good for you.
wonderful catharsis will be giving Scorpio a piece of my mind.
We'll
Preferably a
get to that.
fireball.
We will get to that.
We will get to that. Alright.
Don't mess with
that's-
Mama.
No, you do
In
not.
character or out of.
That's in character.
Esther just kind of gives her a bit of a grin. You
Bit
got
of
that damn
flirting.
right.
I will see you guys soon. Let the animals get some time out. I know I have to be locked up, but give them the time to enjoy themselves.
We will, don't worry. We're going to close up the hut and we'll reopen it when we send them back, okay? Just to make sure.
Alright.
The
Oh.
last thing I want is the diviner tracing you.
Yeah, that would suck. A lot.
Very much so. Alright. We'll see you soon.
Safe travels.
We'll do best we can. And she'll leave and close up the pot. Hopefully with Fervus also leaving.
You
Yeah, I assume
two-
everyone leaves with all the cuties.
Yeah.
Oh, was everyone in there,
no,
or
I
what?
Just whoever was still in there, I mean. And you guys step out and you see kind of Ashta just very quietly, like, chicooing a wolf in the corner.
And he kind of like jumps when everyone walks out.
That's fucking adorable.
Yeah.
Aw, he's got a soft side. Not just for Rosalind, it would seem.
You
You're
see
just
the
gonna keep bringing that up, aren't you?
you see the papa dog just kind of like a tongue lolling out of his mouth, just like he's soft.
Carson still owes me money, so yes, I'm going to keep bringing it up.
I go shake him down a little bit.
Shaw sets slightly as he continues to pet the dog, now with a slightly angry face.
Why does Carson owing you money equate to you bullying Ashta about his relationship?
Because there
Because
were
it's on-
bets.
And it's on my mind. Speaking of which, Pyrrhus,
It's like a distant like flap of wings as he's like way far away in the castle.
Esther's just gonna shout, "Do you want to meet Carson?"
He's like long on the side of the castle. Guys, remember this castle's huge, Sky.
Ah, true enough. Alright, well, she's probably just gonna go off and try to find Pyrrhus then.
You do eventually, and he's like sitting on his back as the firebirds all like, pick at his scales and like scrub him clean, basically, of all the little pieces of dust and like bugs he has on him.
Goodness.
Being polished, it would seem.
Seems so. I mean, he's having just like a very cozy time. He's got like 6 firebirds tending him.
Would you like to meet a friend of ours?
Like, rolls his head over to you and just be like, right now?
Whenever you would like, whenever you're done. How about that? You can find me, okay?
Okay. He just like relaxes again.
Okay.
Give him gold pieces instead of grapes.
Just a whole plate of them.
You get like a roll of toonies, just like dangled over his head.
Like, Pierce, that's our guarding fund.
Would a piggy bank be like the equivalent of like a Kong toy for him, where he kind of has to roll it the right way to get the coins out?
I like to think it's almost like like those bone marrow things that you give to dogs, where they have to like chew it out of it.
Get the tongue in there.
Yeah.
Hey, out of curiosity, I have a gauntlet. It is an electrum gauntlet. Would that be like a massive bone to him?
Kind of.
Perfect. Alright, we'll save that for later days.
Okay.
Also, real quick, Asha is just going to like, if he can find like any like small stuffed anything, he's going to do very light hunting training with the tiny dog.
The corn. Borrow the corn.
Yeah, you guys. But I was gonna say you guys have the corn plushies.
Is it okay
They're
for it to be destroyed? Is the question. Slobbered on.
They're easily visible. Yeah, they're relatively durable. It's like it's honestly made pretty nicely.
Take your frustrations out on the corn.
He's gonna use the primeval awareness just to like again do like basic training with the doggo.
Yep, and it's easy enough to do. You have a lot of training with animals just in general, but go ahead and make an animal handling check with advantage for me. Yeah, but within the day you're having like if you spend the whole day on it, that is, you could have this dog like following a basic command of chase, bite, and attack, and also release.
Maybe not the whole day, but just
Yeah,
like a couple
Just-
hours.
You're confident that with like a relatively short amount of time,
Okay.
will listen to you.
Can
Okay.
Esther go meditate?
Yeah, you guys can do what you want.
Yeah,
All
just
right.
faint over. It's like, are we looking to get anything done today, guys, or is this just kind of an off day?
Can we please rest for one day?
Yeah, I have some research that I want to do.
It'll be a quick ping over to who's fucking. It's on the tip of the
Say it.
fucking scary orc man.
Orzer.
Orzer. It's a quick fame ping over to Orzer. Just like, hey, do you need a trip back down? Are you heading back soon? Are you gonna? When do you plan on starting working? Just so we can plan things.
I am wonderfully asleep right now. Please call back at another time.
Fuck, we got voicemail.
Yeah.
Hello, Orzer of Fane. Here's a voicemail. Beep boop boop boop.
Yeah. No, you know he's actually responding, but he's just like
Couple of those catnap
doing
posts.
his best to be asleep right now.
Yep.
I
Like,
give him a couple
just
of
get
those
back to me
catnap
when you
posts.
can, okay?
Just
Probably
kinda
gonna
let
stay up
them
here.
out. Yeah.
Sorry, 1 second, John. I'm probably gonna stay up here at least to get the orb done, so you guys can float away if you need to.
But you do want to drop back off home as soon as you're done.
If needed, I can teleport, but your choice.
We should do just like a light drift, like into the group. Maybe we should just do it like a light drift, not be hanging over Lucerne as much.
If possible, then, could we drift closer to the archipelagos? I want to see if I can pick up anything.
Could we do like hard north then?
Yeah, pretty easily. The archipelagos are pretty close.
Yep, we'll just set the castle not at extreme speed,
Alright.
but just like a low thing.
So by the end of the day, you can reach right around there if you'd like.
What time is it right now?
It's first thing in the morning, maybe
Yeah.
9 o'clock.
Fervis is going to start putting hours into researching how to make potions of haste.
Okay.
So he'll spend a
Okay.
couple hours doing that.
Yeah, how long do you want to do, and are you calling anyone for help?
I could call Ashta for help because he has the haste spell.
Yep.
Could I do that for like 4 hours?
What's up, Dash?
I'm not sure exactly what else I'm getting up to today.
Yeah, Ashta, do you have a couple hours to spare?
At a point, let me just. I just need to go ask some questions first.
No problem.
See how long other things take, but I'll try my best.
Yeah.
Real quick, Asha is going to also run to. He's also going to not run to. He's going to send a other thing to, or is there just a general like description and backstory on his armor? And again, it's just whenever he can like get to it, he could focus on other stuff for now. But just if he knows any enchantment stuff that would be very good for like how it is, more than just just standard enchantment. If there's anything weird he might not know about it, that could be useful for enchanting it eventually.
Details of like the material, you mean, or like
Yeah,
Interesting
material,
chance
how
he
it
can
was
leave.
made. Yeah. Basically, if there's anything that it's like how it was made and what it is gives opportunity in terms of enchanting it.
Okay. He answered you in like the afternoon, basically, because he is dead asleep. Like he's in the meditative pose at like the monarch's feet, but he is dead asleep.
Yeah, no. Again, leaving it in his mailbox.
Yeah. But he does eventually respond with, it's gonna take specifically well to basically anything you can imagine a dwarven god would appreciate. If it's enchantment to improve crafting, an enchantment to make the armor stronger, if it's a something along those lines, anything that would like fit the Moradin style of magics, it'll take to it very easily.
So like solid, crafty, dwarfy stuff.
Yeah, something that basically honors the hard work, like the idea of hard work and effort to create something beautiful.
Okay.
Or mastering a craft of some kind.
Yeah.
You would basically know from his explanation that dwarves specifically, and you have seen this from your dwarves, it's kind of their holy calling to be always seeking improvement and always improving the things that they create.
Much like the Dalkins.
Yeah, kind of.
Could I also get the dwarves to help, actually, then?
Yeah, you'd be able to get a couple, especially of Rosalind's squad.
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
I probably interface with them a lot.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they can lend you a hand with any of the time that Ash is not helping you.
Yeah.
Oh shoot, actually, could Esther bring her plans to the dwarves?
Which plans?
The fabric ones.
Yeah, you could. There's a number of weavers, especially those who work with the chainmail that you guys made before.
Mm-hmm.
They especially would be fantastic at stuff like this.
Awesome. She's just basically gonna ask them to make like sort of like the rough shapes and that kind of stuff. She'll do the detail work and all that stuff.
Yeah, and within the hour, you have all the cloth prepared that you need.
Sick beans.
Yeah, like I said, everything about their society is built to be constantly improving and working on things.
Mm-hmm.
Before we all split off, Zinnia's just gonna be like, so, off day?
I suppose.
Day.
Awesome, cool. Zinnia's gonna faint you and just go, it's go time.
You get a awesome in response.
Start running off!
I cannot wait to see what this is going to turn into.
Are we
After Zinnia
gonna
runs
go-
off, like 5 minutes later, you guys see Issa just like wake up from her nap at the base of the Monarch, and just be like, "I'll see you guys tonight," and just walk
Hey,
off.
look like
I should like put a hand to his chin. It's like I have this very sinking feeling.
Are y'all?
As do I.
I'm really scared about what's gonna happen.
Well, I have a day. If anybody wants something enchanted, otherwise I'll probably... Actually... If I can have 2 hours of your time, Ashta, I think that's all I need. Just, I need to figure out... I think I almost have the shield.
Yeah, sure. I need
Yeah,
some time
it's a few hours to get a
first.
response from Orzer anyways, so.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Like,
Yeah, because he answers you in the afternoon, like he is asleep.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, in that case, just he might also, even if this is before Orzer, he might mention that he just he'll go find Rosalind first.
Yeah, you can basically assume that you guys are in the pavilion area.
And just, yeah, if you want to do that training, we can. And just, if you don't mind a brief conversation while we do so.
it's probably good practice to talk at the same
Think
time.
on your feet.
Yes.
And then he'll send a quick feint of fervors that he'll come help him as soon as he's done here.
Yeah.
Real quick,
So-
Ferris marked down 4 hours with the help of the dwarves.
Nice. Okay, cool.
But
So the hours for Rosalind would be doubled if Ash's helping, right? So it would only take 1 hour for her needed 2 hours?
2 hours. I need 2 hours in order to get the double to 4.
Okay, that's what
And
I was
then
wondering.
I'm finished.
Okay.
it would have sucked if you were 1 hour away, that's funny.
Yeah,
Maybe 30 minutes.
well, you know, the 1.5 multiplier already made it so that happened. If I had been able to do a 2 multiplier in the dream training, I'd be there. Literally. That 0.5 is what the 4 hours were. It shorted me exactly that amount.
Okay,
I'm sorry, but I'm not. It's kind of funny.
Glorious. Absolutely perfect.
let's do some quick rolls then.
Oh no. This could be the last time she's rolling without proficiency in the sword.
I was gonna say, we'll do it once without proficiency.
Dexterity isn't going to change. Oh hey, she did fairly well for her.
16,
did.
16!
Damn.
16, yeah. 17.
God
Damn!
She got so
Oof.
close.
Oof.
So close on one part.
Oof.
Alright. Do I have 100? Well,
I imagine
Yes, you do.
conversation aside.
Yep.
I'm gonna
Yeah, you
proficiency.
certainly do.
I imagine there's a moment where like the sword comes in and the shield just enough to stop it. It's just like, you're ready.
This will kill.
ready.
Yeah, so you can take shield proficiency as one of your skill proficiencies. And if you would like the next tier of this, you can always take the shield fighting style. But that's after.
And also just as they're going, it'll just go, I'm thinking of finally committing to enchanting this armor.
What do you have in mind?
Hold on.
I'm waiting on some responses from Orzer right now, but just making it better, making it helpful. Kind of a wide margin though, but I mean, from what I've seen, you're one of the best enchanters I know.
Oh, thank you.
And I mean, let's say we've gotten to know each other fairly well recently.
I hope so.
I don't think there'd be anyone better suited.
I'd be happy to help. Just tell me what you need and we'll figure it out.
It'll take some research, it'll take some thinking, and honestly, if you have any ideas, I'd be open to them. You know more about what to work with than I would.
My
Rosalind, as you're sparring with him, you can see Rayla's head pop out of the pocket of the armor. And she just goes, "You can't even hear his heart right now, but it's racing." She just pops back inside.
Atta girl, atta girl.
The short sword like clangs against his chest plate.
There is a yell of annoyance.
My scope of magic is perhaps a little more limited than some, but as long as I can get some help from somebody else with appropriate spells, if there's something that you want that I wouldn't be able to cast myself, I can work with it.
We also have a entire entourage of dwarves.
We do at that.
Still, I think you heading it would be it'd be yeah, there's like, it'd be a way if this. I don't think I need to convince you more, but I find myself throwing myself in front of you a lot, so it benefits both of us. So I would be better protected, and the thing in front of you would be sturdier.
I'll do whatever I can to that end. And for entrusting me with your safety, very, very literally, thank you.
These kind of things are supposed to be give and take, right? Scratches the back of his head. I don't have much experience in all this. I'm trying my best here.
That's all I ask. What the hell is this music?
Either.
I didn't have any like saxophone music. This is the closest I have. Okay.
What?
Very good.
Christ. I just
Oh
turned
my
on the volume from my computer. What the fuck?
This is the playlist labeled casual. Okay.
I love it. Having this intense, emotional, romantic moment.
Just go. Who the fuck? What dwarf is practicing their instruments right now?
Fuck off, you little yellow bellies.
What'd you say?
Oh no.
I could see the hearts floating from your ears from over here. Shut the hell up. And he just continues playing his music.
Womp, womp, womp,
Here's
womp.
back to Rosalind. Do we have a plank we can make people walk?
Not yet.
Seems cruel
The
and
stones.
unnecessary.
The stones are a plank.
I mean,
that
you could just make
involves-
them walk into the lake rather than off the side.
That involves talking to Rose to use the planks, and I don't think Ash is up to it right now.
Make a dock specifically to make people walk the plank.
Take a long walk off the short pier.
Yes.
Oh,
Just
so
have-
the pier's
just have a-
Ash
Have a dock labeled the short pier.
It's like two planks just like stapled into each other off the side.
just have a dock labeled it's Ash does.
And
It's pretty good.
and just as the moment passes, I imagine Ashta goes for a flick on the nose that is blocked.
It kind of hurts because I imagine she lifts the shield directly into your hand out of instinct.
He's in armor.
Yeah, it still hurts. It's
No.
a shield edge coming up.
It
Oh
hits.
no. Okay.
It hit. However, for the
Yeah,
first time, with proficiency,
Yay!
Beautiful!
it bounces right off his
You still
breastplate,
hit.
but-
I'm sorry.
It's an accurate hit. Your armor is just good.
Yeah.
Yes, she's accurate, it just clang. That's it.
He kind of like looks down to like the tip of the sword, like on his chest, like, yeah, if I was wearing chainmail, that'd be a kill shot. I think you're good.
Yeah.
Funny enough, it's pointed directly at his heart. You see Rayla going like, Rosalind? On
Sorry.
the inside. Just, can you remove the point?
Yes.
It very nearly skewered me.
Careful.
It didn't even go through.
It's between the joints.
Uh-oh.
My mistake.
That's not good.
Ash just like slowly pulls it out of the chest piece.
It's gone like a quarter of an inch in, but it was enough to startle Rayla.
Enough to see the gleam of the blade.
Yep. I could imagine she was like eating a hot dog, and it became like a shish kebab very quickly.
Why did you eat a hot dog in the armor?
Why
What, you care about crumbs?
Yes!
Why
That's
does
just,
Carson have soup everywhere, my man?
there's
Like,
only,
nobody
it only
knows.
falls downwards.
Yeah.
You feel like a little warm thing on your chest, and it goes, "Oh, my soup."
Carson needs to stop giving everybody chicken noodle. Chicken? Ah!
Alright.
The hell?
Alright.
It's like loud slurping. Is there spaghetti in there?
Yes, what do you want about, bitch?
Don't insult the spaghetti.
Yep.
Well, when Orzer is able, you'll speak with him. Any ideas bring to me, I'll think on it myself, though I don't think I have anything that's strictly speaking defensive except for in my investiture. Which could be interesting.
Mine doesn't have to work like the spells do.
Mm.
You can manipulate it as you want.
Hell yeah, brother.
It just has to be flavored from the spell.
Ooh, I've got blur.
Yeah,
Mm.
you can flavor it as you'd like to.
I've got etherealness, like.
I've got blur, I've got mirror image, you've got etherealness. We could just make
You
you
could
that much harder
could
to hit.
You could summon a vine shield. You could basically have like the Minecraft Thorns enchantment.
Hell yeah, brother.
Goodness.
I have. Do you have a Guardian of Nature? I do.
I do not. You do.
I think it's
Yeah,
only
you have the
ranger spell.
investiture. Yeah, it's.
Ranger and Druid.
Yeah, Ranger Druid.
That is all.
As you guys finish up your initial training, you hear like a bout of cheers from the front of the castle.
From the front of the castle.
Uh-oh.
We should find out what that is.
I am concerned. Oh, it. Do you remember Zinnia and Issa?
Zinnia and Issa? I
They
wasn't...
walked off very ominously.
Not together.
No, but.
I feigned, Issa.
Yeah, you did.
Fair.
Zinnia walked off and
Still,
then a few minutes
okay.
later,
Do you remember
Issa walked
Zinnia?
Zinnia walked off suspiciously, and then Issa came around the corner 5 minutes later very suspiciously.
Yes.
off. Alright,
He's just like,
you're
yeah,
right.
I'm.
In hindsight, that was the expression Issa has when she... It rarely happens, but sometimes... she
Also,
does.
yeah, I just got passive 19 insight. No, get out of here. Let's see what happened. And he starts walking.
And it's easy enough to get to the front of the castle. You guys need an open space to spar anyways, so you go to the front, and there's a small group of dwarves and a lot of the actual residents of Anther who were there for the time and already migrated up. And you see Remy dragging behind the biggest black bear you've ever seen with her axe embedded in its skull behind her. And she's like holding it with like both arms over her shoulder and just dragging it into the castle, and like puts it at your two's feet and just goes, "Okay, so you just killed this bastard."
Oh, good lord.
Zinnia?
Impressive, but may I ask?
Oh, it had gone to feral and was coming close to the castle every night, trying to take away some of the animals we have.
Yes.
Got a couple of the smaller ones, and looking back to its hideout, there was way too many bones for this thing to eat on its own. So, here's a bear pelt if you'd like.
Well,
One's for it to eat on its own.
Yeah, it was just killing for the sake of it.
Okay.
it'll certainly serve to keep some room warm.
Or if not, I can turn it into a good stew.
In all honesty, I thought Zinnia had wild shaped, and I was really concerned for a minute.
Oh.
I was wondering.
I was like,
Is this some like elaborate trick and Zenya's gonna like come popping out of the bear?
No,
Okay.
it's Remy. You can see Simone behind her, and there's a number of arrows in the back of the thing. But you guys know Remy is leagues ahead of Simone in terms of skill.
Yep.
But you do see her in the background, the wolf having like a bit of like a red around its muzzle. her quiver's about half empty, and got a smug look on her face as she kind of like catches Ash's eye and grins.
He gives a shrug.
Well done. If we get the meat too, I don't know if Zinnia would volunteer, but get it to the kitchens. I'm sure somebody will do something creative with it.
Yep, a bunch of the dwarves like start like lifting it on their shoulders and just like, all right, and march, and they just start like lifting this bear, which easily from like toe tips to nose is probably like 25 feet long. This thing is huge. Like probably weighs a couple 1,000 pounds easily.
Everybody's
And-
eating tonight.
Yeah, and Zinnia, you are brought a monster of a bear.
What the? Why is there a bear in my kitchen?
Food. What do you want to waste it?
Preserve it for tomorrow.
I
We
mean,
have our meats already. At least like
Yeah,
harvest
fine.
and pelt. Harvest and pelt though. Like, cool part, but I don't know.
Simone kind of like perks up and like Remy like kind of grins behind her. It's like, we can take care of the pelt.
Zina's gonna like just take their sword from their hilt and just point it. You didn't see shit.
They nod.
Good. And Zina will continue what they're doing. Good guess, guys.
And Simone hands like a small bag of herbs and stuff.
I appreciate it.
She nods and heads her way. And there's horrifying sounds from the cellar, basically.
As I
As they
just
skin the biggest bear in existence.
as I just stands outside of Rosalind, just like watching the bear be dragged away. It's like, I guess he's up to something else. I'm more worried.
Here's a thought. We just sent that bear their way. They could be kept quite busy with it, just preparing it. Perhaps there won't be any mischief.
It means it'll be later in the day.
That's a nice thought, Rob.
We do a lot of stuff in a day.
You guys are pretty efficient.
Speaking of which, I need to go help Purvis with something.
Have fun.
Is there anything else you need in the meantime?
Maybe just one thing. And she'll go give him a kiss on the cheek.
Side
Rayla just goes. I think you killed him. Nope. It restarted. Good job.
Yeah.
She's
Is-
absolute perfection.
Why is this in the casual playlist? What?
What isn't it?
He like shakes his head,
Unravel?
rebooting
Yeah.
complete, and just like pulls Rosalind, kiss on the lips, runs off.
Right.
Yeah.
Double
Absolutely perfect.
Adorable, but eh.
Exactly.
Pretty much.
Taste the sweetness from here.
Why, what
See,
is your
it's still in the
box
kitchen.
music?
You start tasting one of your meals. Yeah, gross.
Who are
I
we
just
on now,
I
boys?
sense a candy cane in the force. Way too sweet.
So as you head off,
Why do I
and
hear boss music?
Fervis, you're assisted in for 4 hours, so a total of 8 from Ashta. As he basically,
I was just basically like, so Ashta, you're like, it's my understanding is you're a half caster, right?
Strong is like, I've heard the term thrown around. I'm not a great
you're not
mage or
fully
nothing now.
You're not fully committed, and you're not as potent as say a mage or someone like Esther.
There's twitch on the face, like, watch your phrase in there, buddy.
Sorry,
there's just a snicker from inside. Ashta's
apologies. Apologies. No,
there was
not
just like solid punch into the chest piece.
still capable, but not completely reliant on magic.
He nods, like, that's more accurate. Yeah,
Not completely
Yeah.
impotent.
So, but
I'm not
You would-
useless
you-
if you take my casting wand away now.
you would say that spell slots are still important to you, yeah?
I have an amount, yes.
Nice spell slots. It'd be a shame if something were to happen to them.
Well, I could help you conserve a couple of those by being able to craft potions of haste. How high would that be on your priorities list?
Depends. Can you deal with the blowback of it?
I'll see what I can do about that. Yeah, there's a bit of fatigue that comes after the duration. Is that correct?
He nods. Though even so, if I'm not the one concentrating on it, and it just kind of goes, that's more useful.
Yeah,
So
I can do
otherwise I have
that.
to keep my head on it, and if I get a good knock, then
Yeah, I
The
can
end.
I can definitely take care of that by just administering it as a potion.
He thinks for a sec. I think you need licorice for it.
Point taken. I will put that in, and he like starts scribbling that into his notes. Like, yeah,
You
Because
see like
And
you
he's
see like a
just
note
gonna-
in dwarf. You see a note in dwarvish where it says like, "Get some damn licorice, kid."
yeah. And he
Yep.
just shows the note from the doors. Yeah,
the component is a shaving of licorice root, so I'd assume
Yep.
it'd help.
yeah.
Yeah, there's a few
Yeah.
things like that.
Yeah.
Actually, roll me a nature check with advantage, and Fervus, give me an alchemy check.
And I can make that advantage because I'm researching, right?
For now, just keep it as it is.
Okay. Come on, don't give me any. Oh, sheet's slow today. 24.
With the combination of you guys like discussing over the period of time, you're given a few instructions of what you could go find, Ashta. That would help with this if you want to spend the time doing that. As part of like the 4 hours. Like different ingredients, different pieces of certain monsters. Like the crushed hoof of like a gazelle, like stuff like that.
Just also goes, do you want me to like cast it on you so you can like get a feel? Maybe your Fane can like log it or something.
Yes.
Right, and he will. Like, all right. Said you haven't had caffeine before, right?
I
Like
had it the one
until yesterday or today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well. He
Welcome
casts
to
it on purpose.
hypercaffeine. Yep, and it's like meth compared to caffeine. Like that coffee was strong, or the tea, I mean. This is like, you thought it was bad when your mind, artificially started moving too fast. But that was still your mind. This is the like energy of what you are speeds up for a minute.
You know when the guy in the
I
back of the
can
line says
see
just do cocaine?
equations.
You know when
Yeah.
the guy in the back of the line says just do cocaine? This is just
Yeah.
doing cocaine.
Yeah, basically.
I can
Um,
see equations. Okay, this is great.
Yep, and as you kind of like just experience it and like basically
Yeah,
ask the
1
fan,
minute.
like, basically ask the fan like the biometrics of what's happening right now. Seeing like did like the heart rate increase first? Was like the respiratory rate, like all that kind of stuff. Roll a medicine check for me with advantage purpose.
Medicine check with advantage. Got it.
You're having a trachea, fucking, what's it called? Coronary. Took me a minute.
24.
You get a pretty good read on basically the way the spell works when Ashta casts it. Is it effectively increases nerve impulse time. Basically, it hypersensitizes your nerves, which means that they can respond to fewer signals, which takes less time to do. Which also means that when it stops doing that, there's basically a blowback of the fact that it has to reset the salt and calcium levels in your brain, in your nervous system, and
Okay.
return to a proper speed. And as you kind of like feel that lethargy, it's horrible. For just a solid like few seconds, and then you snap out of it. Yeah, that's a hell of a liquid you're about to create.
Yeah.
So if you were to maybe like fix that blowback, the potion would taste like licorice flavored Gatorade.
So you can think of a few ways to do it. You basically
Or
have to
liquid
change.
flavored cocaine. I don't know.
Yeah. So basically, for us to make it work, you'd basically have to change what is being affected. Instead of affecting the nerves, you have to affect something else to make the haste work. Whether it's the amount of air the muscles get or whatever.
It's not nerves, but could I increase the speed of his like neural synapses? So not only does he think faster, he can react faster that way.
So that's part of the potion, and that's part of what has to get reset after.
Okay.
Actually, it just turns like, do you think you could like, I don't know, like spread it out against all the systems?
That could
To be clear, it's not just the brain this happens in; it's the whole nervous system.
Yeah, no, it's just like, could you like get the heart going a bit like more efficient or muscles or something? I don't know.
could get the most.
I'm not a doctor. I just thinking out loud.
You're throwing out ideas, and that's all. It's very good that you have those ideas because that could help.
God, I love that purpose is just a little bit of an asshole by accident. It's so entertaining.
Yeah.
It's like, I like this kid, he says with like a slight twitch under his eye.
You're a bit of an asshole. Yeah.
Here's the thing, though. Fervus has kind of bad social skills, considering he was raised alone in a desert by one person.
High IQ, low EQ sort of deal.
No, it's very fun.
Yeah.
And one other thing is just like, can your Fane do like the heal thing, purify thing?
I believe you're high enough
Can I?
level.
Yeah, I
What's
believe
your level again?
13.
You should be high enough. Hold on. Faint touch, purify. Yeah, that's level 11.
Yeah.
Yes, you can do that.
It was like, I don't know if you could work something like that in.
Yeah, maybe if you got Gorilla into a hand, he's got the Fane Crystal. Maybe.
Yeah,
Because,
could
like-
I potentially look into that?
Yeah, you'd have to do it like after Ash has finished helping you, but this is going to take you a
Yeah.
bit of time to create this potion.
Yeah.
It's just like, just a thought, but I mean, what if you just made something that only people with Fane could really like properly benefit from? Or they're going to be the ones using it for the most part.
I mean, yeah, that could work. The Fane could be a very good workaround. This is... Yeah. And he starts scribbling notes about Fane and stuff into his notes.
Yeah, it's definitely possible that you could basically have the Fane take the backlash rather than you. Instead of speeding up the nervous system, speed up the Fane, so that they kind of take over the nervous system, and when you ask them to do something as part of like arm moves left, aim, pull trigger, the Fane kind of speed that up, and then they lag after instead of you. So that's possible.
Yeah. That's definitely a possibility. Yeah.
If you did.
That could, what's the word?
Work.
Yeah, that could be a good workaround. That could diminish the blowback significantly, just by having the Fane take the blowback instead.
Like I said, if you can find a way to like not like reduce it to like not that big a deal, that'd be fine. But I don't know. I don't know how this shit works. Just as little blowback as possible would be appreciated.
Yes. I'm gonna need to run further tests, if that's okay with you.
I mean, I'm not going to stop you unless you're like
Yeah.
getting up to some bad shit. So
No,
yeah,
I'm
don't
just
Carson
need to
too
run-
much, okay?
Yeah, I'm not gonna talk to him too much. I just need your help, just studying the effects of haste and seeing what I can do to not only mimic it but improve it in the potion.
I mean, send me a vein,
Yeah, definitely. Thanks.
and he'll also just send a thing to Issa as basically a hey for these couple of things that the ingredients were mentioned. Like for the potion, just like if anyone happens across anything kind of in this alley when they're like, you know, fighting or protecting weird things, like any other guards or whatever, like send some of it to the alchemy lab's way.
Yeah, and you basically get a response back. It's like, yeah, I'll see what Simone knows, because Simone tends to head a lot of those expeditions.
It's good. Tell her I said so.
She says to fuck off.
Bring him to the weird Genasi kid who works on potions.
Sounds good.
In the meantime,
Right now, I guess it's free.
Esther.
Hmm?
Fervus finds you after about 10 minutes of being picked clean.
Wrong person.
No, you.
Pyrrhus.
Sorry, what did I say?
Fervus.
Pyrrhus.
Who is currently
It's like-
working on a potion.
I was like, hard second, hard left
Leaving
there for a minute.
over.
Sorry, Pyrrhus finds you.
Alrighty.
Fervus was picked clean. What?
Scorpio.
Esther's just-
No.
Fuck, I hate that bitch!
So as Pyrrhus kind of like finds you, he's like, hey, what'd you want?
I wanted to know if you wanted to meet a friend of ours.
Sure.
And she'll go find Carson, I guess.
And he's up in the tower, kind of just seemingly writing something down, maybe taking care of ledgers of some kind. As you kind of walk in, he kind of looks at you and says, hey there, Esther, I can help you. Just walking the dragon.
This is somebody who I'd like you to meet. He's kind of in the same boat as you.
Is this the lustrous Furvis that I've heard so much? Lustrous Purus that I've heard so much about?
The lustrous Furvis, that's an
Oh,
introduction.
Lustrous.
Well, not illustrious, just lustrous, because it's shiny.
Yes, this is Pyrrhus.
Nice to meet you, Pyrrhus, and Pyrrhus can like nod him back. And... Esther,
Mm-hmm.
is this the dragon-human equivalent of like, hi, crippled friend, meet my other crippled friend?
Pretty much, yeah.
Christ.
She doesn't
It's a
deny
good
it.
thing. It's a good thing that you're nice.
I thought that maybe somebody with your experience might help.
Pyrrhus kind of like rolls his shoulders, like, Esther, I've been missing a leg more than I've had a leg.
I know that.
I kind of just shrug. It's like, well, Pyrrhus, I find cool magic stuff and make money. Pyrrhus kind of goes, I breathe fire and eat money.
Speaking of money, you still owe me.
He sighs and just goes, how would I take care of the dragon for a couple hours and we call it even?
How about the money that you owed me you feed to my dragon?
Fine. Feels rather like a waste, but fine.
He's hungry and he deserves a treat. He has been very good.
If you say so. And he just like pulls out a coin purse and basically like opens it like a horse feed. Just like pushes it up to his jaw, and there's these horrible crunching and creaking sounds of metal being shattered.
Esther's gonna give Pierce a kiss on the head and then go down to meditate.
So you head there. You can take the time to meditate as long as you'd like. Of course, double with the help of the matron.
What time
Sorry,
is it
Monarch.
What time is it approximately now?
It's like 9:30. It's still the beginning of the day for you.
Okay. Because here's the thing. I need, technically, with the help of the Monarch, 11 hours, and I'm not sure if I want to go that far.
Good.
Yeah.
Let's
reasonable.
do 5 hours.
Sure. Double to 10.
Double to 10.
God, we're turning Ashed into a goddamn tank.
Mm-hmm. He's the only
Correct.
one we
I mean-
have.
Yeah, it's the only one who could be.
Oh, I mean like one with like treads and like a gun.
An actual tank.
That's an anti-tank rifle. Oh fuck, that's an anti-tank
Tank
rifle.
rifle.
Uh-huh.
Jesus Christ, boys.
Yep. So that's one thought, but if anybody else has ideas, put them in the chat.
Part of the reason I said that is just like, guys, I have ideas, but multiple minds would help.
Yep.
Fair enough, boys.
I've had one, but Zinnia has shenanigans to do today, unfortunately.
Oh, Zinnia can have the shenanigans. It's a couple of days before we've got that thing, so...
It's just brainstorming.
Yeah,
Yeah.
planning.
Yeah, Fervis is gonna keep on working on the potion.
11 hours. What would that get me to, in terms of what time would it be by the time she finished?
8 p.m. 8:30 p.m.
Yeah,
I
Fervis is gonna
really
work
want to do
towards
this.
as a note.
That's like cramming for a test the night before an exam level of like, okay.
But I'm so close, Conrad.
You-
You,
you've
don't
got-
understand.
Here, you've got another day. We're gonna take another day tomorrow because that orb is not gonna be ready, I'm pretty sure. We were told a couple
No,
of days on that. So if you
Alright,
want to,
fair
like,
enough.
space it out with something else, other activities, shenanigans.
Keep in mind, you also do have Jade to take care of,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which does eat up a good amount of time.
Alright, 5 hours it is.
You can do up to 8 if you'd like. I'll say, just a combination of what everything you need to get done today.
Nah, I'm okay. I'll just stick with 5.
So you spend most of your day doing that, taking care of Jade, kind of chatting with Gariel as he kind of walks you around the castle, just enjoying the company and talking about these weird esoteric ideas. Like, yeah, technically this happens when these two things occur, so could we use it for this? And there's like one of Rosalind's dwarfs falling behind, like, well, no, technically, because there's this law, and for whatever reason, these two things react poorly. It's weird, nerdy bullshit, but it's kind of cute.
She's just having a blast. She's having a time. Eventually, though, she's probably gonna go scout out one of the towers just to see what kind of rooms are in there.
You got the 3 towers. One is... Hold on, let me get to that map real fast. Boy,
Oh no.
God, I forgot how big of a map that is. That cut down the middle still bothers me. Regardless, there's the 4 towers and like the kind of one side tower that sits outside most of the compound. There we go.
The tower that we're all kind
The
of
one with
holed
the-
up in.
Yes, that's like the main tower that's kind of backing away and on the edge of the island. It's the biggest one. And it's got rooms that were meant to house the guests of giants.
Is there a room like really up high?
Yeah, the largest room's open top. It's the one that you tend to sit on. To kind of like look at the stars or whatever.
We're gonna go on directly below that then, because we don't need it to be open.
So you find the one below it. There's, I think, 6 or 7 levels to this tower.
Sick. She's basically just gonna scout around. She wants to sleep somewhere up high, pretty much.
Yeah, and you find like a lazy place where if you want, one of the dwarves can bring you some food for like a picnic with Kirill. And you can just stay there for the day. Kind of enjoy the wind through the inner windows.
Yeah, sounds like a good time. She is going to ask, though, if he can open up the Duat again.
And he does. Oh, excuse me. It's not something he's great at doing for other people. He's more used to opening it for himself. Kind of like, not so much opening it, but putting his hand into the Duat to grab whatever he needs. But he does so for you and does it a couple times just for you to mess around with.
Can she give a roll to see if she can call anything out?
What are you calling for?
She's listing off book titles again.
Go ahead and make a roll. Just raw intelligence.
Oh dear. Oh god. Oh, please. That is Rayla. That is not me.
Why do you have access to Rayla? What?
I have access to an earth elemental. I have access to giant shark Ashta.
I also have access to Rayla.
You have access to Giant Shark Ashta?
And Wolf Zinnia and
Oh, I
Zinnia
have access to Rayla's name.
Why do you think I've been typing as Rayla?
I just thought that was Ashta.
No, we all have
Oh.
access, I think.
We all have access to
Okay. Fair enough.
The big mood.
Oh, that's because you keep to Esther whenever you can, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, so you do, and it's uneventful. You don't find anything. Like I said, calling on something's true name and summoning it from the Duat without having it physically
Gesundheit?
is incredibly difficult. It's all good. Did you just apologize for sneezing? Sneezing, you're fine. Who cares?
Yeah.
You're good, boys.
Yeah.
It was worth a shot.
Yep, and it's kind of like a fun game you play at one point. Like Jade goes to put her hand in it. There's like a dive while everyone tries to pull her away from it.
It's like, oh fuck, oh no, oh jeez. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just terrified of all those ideas in the chat right now. So,
Ooh.
Hmm.
creating reverse antibodies. Nice.
Diabolical. I like it.
Anti-antibodies.
Anti-antibodies.
So just bodies.
Okay.
Nanobots.
I already have something that boils blood.
Well,
That's a fair point.
So,
Yeah.
at some point, Rosalind's gonna swing by Fervus and ask an interesting question.
Alright, Fergus, you are greeted by Rosalind with a mildly terrifying look on her face.
There's
Hey,
a,
Rosalind.
there's like a,
It's
she's
a grin
clutching
of glee, but it's horrifying.
She's clutching a red notebook in both hands. It's kind of open, and she's got a quill still over the page.
huh.
There was a bit of thought.
And may I ask what that might be?
You are immune to poisons, yes?
Yes.
In theory, if magic perhaps got a little bit involved with enchantments, would you be able to do something that would render that immunity null and void? Or at least reduce it?
You want to
Not
you
on
want
you.
to you want a way to remove certain people with mithridatism, which is the immunity to poison.
Possibly. Because, you see...
Could this perhaps be pertaining to a certain
Scorpio.
zodiac that we have in our
Yes.
sightlines?
Could be
Fair
useful
enough.
for others, but that one in particular. Do you have any ideas for any compounds that could do that? Anything that could overwhelm it, override it? Again, especially with magic getting involved. I don't
I can see what I can do.
I will warn you that I don't have myself any poison-based spells, but I do have something based in acid. I've got something that,
You're talking to a
necrosis.
venom smith. If anyone can get past immunities, it's probably going to be...
Reminder, you can also use materials if you don't have a spell.
Yes.
Ah, I did forget
So-
about that. So, I know magic, I know enchantments, at least to some extent. I've practiced some, I've read more. Let's brainstorm for a little while, if we could.
Yes. Let's see. So ideally, you'd need an enchantment that can bypass all of the toxins and various poisons that they're immune to. Sort of an antibody. So he's going to start writing down notes and see what he can do
We
about that.
have some very large snakes in the forest, some of which we have fought, and I'm pretty sure we would have collected some poison from one, I'm fairly certain.
Oh, don't worry.
They-
I have a whole... He has, like, a
yeah.
whole collection of, like, still
And they-
brewing.
He, like,
They'd
opens up, like, a
probably
trench
still
coat.
Yeah, they'd probably still be immune to it,
Like a
but
briefcase.
maybe that can be a starting point with ingredients for the enchantment.
Yeah.
So, yeah, honestly, I'm gonna say first, you don't even make a check. This is just something you can do. This is an innate ability of your class. If you wanted to lend her a hand during the enchanting process, she could do this.
Yeah.
She could just make.
All it depends.
She could basically make a magic item, arrow, whatever, that upon affecting the target makes them vulnerable to poison.
Vulnerable?
Yes, vulnerable to
Vulnerable.
poison.
Ah.
So that it removes the
Ah.
resistance. It basically brings resistance down to normal. Brings immunity down to resistance.
Mhm.
So it downsteps it by 1. The resistances, which in combination with your mithridatism ability would make someone immune take normal damage from poisons, and someone who's vulnerable. Oh, sorry, someone resistant to be
who's
vulnerable.
resistant.
Amazing.
You cannot make them
Ah.
double vulnerable. You cannot make them double vulnerable,
Yep. Reasonable.
but
Very good.
Alright.
Yeah.
Rosalind
There's
is
sort of
gonna
like a
take
smile coming
of-
across Rose's face. This is very good stuff for him.
She's gonna take all of that
He's
information.
enjoying this very much.
Zinnia, out of character question, does Zinnia still use bow and arrows, or would they?
Yeah, I have a cool thing so I can use wisdom for that stuff now.
Excellent. Alright. Conrad, DM question. I know that I can enchant things in bundles. What's the limit on that? If I grabbed some bolts for Ashta, I grabbed some arrows from Zinnia, and put them together in a single bundle in a single enchanting trip with this one effect.
hold on, I have a formula I just have to plug it into.
Yeah. Because I'm pretty sure that no matter what effect I'm doing, no matter how many things I'm doing it on, it would still take 4 hours. So the thing is, 4 hours for one arrow or bolt versus 4 hours for, 5 of each, 10 total. I know it would up the DC, I just don't know what's reasonable.
First of all, because you're using innate magic from first, you're going to have advantage on the check.
Mhm.
And here, where is it? Here somewhere. I must have not put it into the doc. Okay.
In that case, do you want to just set a reasonable limit for it, or...?
Yeah, so basically, if to make one arrow, you're making a 10 gold piece magic item, I'll say. To make 10 would normally take 100. It would instead cost 75. So you basically remove 25% of the cost, I'll say.
Okay.
So doing it in bulk it has potential to drop it down a level depending on how many you're making. So, what level of this do you want to hit? In terms of cost? Common, uncommon, rare, very rare, etc.
Honestly, I kind of forgot about the cost thing because it hasn't really been played with.
Yeah. So what rarity level are you going for,
I imagine
or what
the
DC do you want to hit?
the effect is the same no matter what, right? What's
Yeah,
the,
it's just how many.
what's the baseline? Heck, I'm just thinking like a nice round equivalent. How about equivalent of a quiverful? 10 arrows, 10 bolts. So a total of 20. What would that be?
So I have a calculator. I'm just going to use it honestly.
Okay,
Not going to bother trying to do the mental math.
good idea.
First, give me an alchemy check to see how cheap you can make this for each arrow.
Okay. Yeah. 28.
Pretty solid. Okay. So I'll say it costs 15 gold piece per arrow normally.
Wait, you said 10.
Bulk.
Well, that was an example. That wasn't.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
25% off of the usual.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a uncommon magic item, which is a automatic success for you, Rosalind.
Woo!
Nice.
Yeah. So you could make more if you want
I
to.
can do more. In that
You could actually
case,
do double that, and it would still be a
Yes.
uncommon magic item.
That's what I'm looking at. Freaking hell.
Give
How about
Ashta 20 bolts of poison vulnerability. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
He rolled a 28. He basically drops down to 15 gold pieces per
Alright.
arrow.
Per arrow.
Ashta,
Plus
Rosalind then runs first to Ashta, then to Zinnia, or vice versa, whichever is the more convenient route. Doesn't matter. And pretty much just pops in and says, "Hi, I need about 20 bolts or arrows, depending on who she's talking to. Thank you, goodbye, and I'll be back."
There's a quick, like, small roll of smile on Ash's face. He pulls out the 20 bolts, hands it to her, pulls her in, kisses her, and goes, "I don't know what you're going to do, but thank you."
It's going to be fantastic. You'll love it.
Probably get stopped by a couple guards before seeing Zinnia, but like 5 minutes later, there's probably some bundle of arrows in your hand.
Oh, I love
There
that.
are-
At the
will
moment, it seems
credit
like the kitchens are being
Curiosity,
guarded.
Where do I find? Oh dear. I know where Zinnia
You can
is
work.
now.
Yeah, I imagine for like the moment Fervis says like you can work about like 20 bolts with the cost being negligible, and then she just bolts. She just runs off towards fucking Ashton's like.
I'll be back.
Hi, I need a favor. Let's go.
Yes, you'll
Ash,
probably give
shall we say the rest of the spare time, by the way, until later events is training the wolf?
Would that like cover it for the day, or?
Yeah, kind of in combination. You've already spent 6 hours helping other people train.
Yeah,
Yeah, sure.
Fervis is gonna while this.
So,
is
Rosalind, do
happening-
you find him mid-dog training?
Could you get like 1 hour of Yes Boss in there?
Yeah, sure.
Yes, boss.
Alright, so yeah, each Zinnia and Ashta, you now have 20 bolts or arrows of poison vulnerability. If you strike someone with it, the next time they take poison damage, they're vulnerable to that attack.
Or the next time they are affected by a poison.
Yeah, next attack they're affected by a poison damage. You're vulnerable to the poison damage.
Cool. Oh,
Yeah.
I just saw one of my cleric abilities.
Yep, there's a few fun ones you can do with that.
Yeah, I just saw the cantrip ability you gave me.
Yep.
That's gonna be
this
fun.
is gonna be fun.
This is gonna be fantastic.
Let's
is
let
gonna
this.
Oh yeah, I'm excited for the next time violence occurs.
Yes.
Let's just look into some fun stuff with my cantrips.
We're gonna make people with poison immunity have very bad days.
Ooh, yeah.
Bad
I
days.
can't wait to
Bad
fuck up
days.
Scorpio.
So I have a question with
Here.
that with people with poison immunities. If we hit them with it, does it turn into a resistance? And then
And then,
Yeah.
and then if they then use Fervis's poison, it's neutral. It's normal damage.
okay,
Yeah.
does it stack? No.
It does not stack, but it does stack with Fervis's ability to go through resistances.
Okay,
If it was a
that's-
different
I'll use
source
one
of
of
something,
mine.
maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
If you use one of my poisons, which already has a crazy high DC as well, so this is gonna
Yeah.
be fun.
Yeah.
DC 22 poisons. This is.
I feel like
let's
this is
go,
the-
boys.
I feel like this is the new version of the spell you guys used to use that just covered an entire area.
Oh, I still
Just
have
plant
that.
Plant growth, that's what it is.
I considered it to, set that into a bolt or arrow and have somebody shoot it into an area and just
Service,
Set
what's your
radius.
bomb range? What's your range for bombs, Service?
For my bomb range.
Yeah, like when you throw them.
I mean,
Can we make him? Can we make him a bomb gun, guys?
I have a bomb launcher.
Oh
Yeah,
my
he has
god!
one.
I have a
Nice.
launcher which doubles my feet. Yeah,
Nice.
which doubles my short and long range.
Oh, we need to utilize that endpoint. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, so I can go up to 90 feet.
Vervis,
I'll go back to laughing at myself.
Vervis, in return, if there's anything that you would like help with that could use my aid, whether an enchanting or a particular spell, just let me know.
Probably.
This. Sorry.
The bomb launcher. I mean,
No,
I
but all might
could
eat this.
eat this. It's like, oh, okay. Yeah, I think that's everything.
Okay, Zinnia, pull the pin.
I need
Nope.
Real quick, how much more time does Rosalind have left? If it was 2 with the training, about 4 with enchanting, maybe another 1 or 2 running around and just doing other stuff. Is that a full
Hours.
day or
I don't like that.
a couple hours
You have
left?
about 3 more hours, which you can use to just say you're being casual if you'd like.
Oh yeah, I'm
Yeah.
just gonna, being casual,
Yeah,
maybe
Purvis goes back to
could you find the
research.
book?
Say again?
Could you find the book?
You'd have to hunt down Esther.
Okay.
I'll put forward that she could come across Asha playing with a small puppy.
Yes.
Oh.
Well, not playing with, training.
Yes. But it is still small and tiny and yippy.
Training.
Actually, Rosalind, roll me a perception check.
Sure. My passive is high. My passive is 20.
Passive is 20? Okay. I want you see Simone kind of like around a corner, just giggling and watching Ashley just train this tiny little wolf to puppy. Like, it's like learned to walk maybe like a week ago.
So it's still at that stage where it's just a little potato on legs and it's just waddling.
Yeah, no,
throwing
it
itself in the world.
teeters with every motion.
Perfect.
Like, he doesn't ever put the thing that is trying to fetch, like, more than 3-4 feet away.
Yeah, that's a distraction for a while.
Yep.
I'll-
Simone just, like, catches her eye and just, like, points at him.
They're like being like they're doing the Scooby-Doo thing from around the corner.
Kind of, yeah. There's also, like, a big mama wolf just, like, watching, just taking stock.
just all.
If Rosalind did want to find the book, Esther actually does need to talk to her.
Alright, Rosalind will tear herself away at some point. Go find Esther.
We could say it was beforehand.
Okay, sure.
Because good luck tearing her away.
Fair enough on that point.
Esther, do you...
Also, do you want to roll to see how you get on the enchantment check?
I mean, we could. With advantage,
Up to you.
so...
Negligible.
Yeah.
Natural 20.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Do
Hold
that.
on.
Yes.
Okay, does that
Hold on.
extend it?
Yeah, no, hold
regulation
on.
Or something instead of
Yeah,
It doesn't,
Because
it
next
doesn't
time-
extend the duration.
Please tell me it drops at another level.
Yeah, it doesn't extend the duration. But it... You basically, after doing so, kind of go like, hold on, and can just draw out the formula for this, if you'd like, and have the formula on hand.
Yes, that's going in her notebook. Her
Yes.
notebook that she bought specifically for this ages and ages ago.
Atta girl.
Purvis gives Rosalind a high five. That was awesome.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. We did it.
Yes.
The arrows kind of look like they have this green gunmetal look to them over the arrowhead.
Oh yeah.
Horrifying
Yeah, he
looking.
like picks up one of the bolts before she hands him off to Astra and like, oh yeah, this'll work.
It's all coming together.
Back into the,
Oh, yeah.
put it back into the bolt case. Oh yeah,
This is the good shit.
this is the good shit.
Fucking
that's
a
good shit right there.
35.
Gorgeous.
Yeah,
Yep.
baby.
So that's another nat 20 on these checks.
No, last time was both 19s, wasn't it?
No,
batting
there's
a
been
1,000,
a number
Rosalind.
of nat 20s, including the very first enchanting check she ever made.
Oh, that's right.
Rosalind is batting 1,000.
Rosalind continues to actually like Asher wasn't exaggerating. He wasn't being nice and sweet. It's like, no, you're legitimately one of the best ones I know.
Yeah, if Orzor comes across you at some point doing this, he's like,
Yeah.
you learned how to do that like a month ago.
Yeah.
It's
Can
come
Purvis
very
come with
naturally.
Rosalind just because he's so giddy about this enchantment,
Yeah, sure.
handing it to Ashta?
Orzor comes across in the enchanting process, like looking at Rosalind, they're like, your Fane work overtime, don't they?
Oh, I just reread the thing on formulas. Having a formula.
Yep.
Time required is halved. I can now
Yes.
do a batch
Yes.
of poison vulnerability arrows and bolts in 2 hours.
Hell
Yep,
With
yes.
no check, no nothing.
Yeah. It just can happen.
No check. It could just happen. Oh man.
And you can make a lot of them too, and if you fail the check, it doesn't like cost you anything basically. Like you lose the time,
Yeah,
but you
like,
you aren't unable to enchant for a while because you have the formula.
So at best, you like really push yourself to make a bunch of them, and if not, then oh well, just do it again anyways.
do it
Yeah.
again.
New plan to kill the Zodiacs: recruit a green dragon and just go.
I mean, does Dragon
I'm
Man have any
halfway there.
greens?
Well, okay, they're all very young, but yes.
Okay.
Here's the thing, though, brother. Here's the thing.
Moving on.
Moving on.
As Rosalind goes to find Esther.
Esther, would you happen to have the book?
I think. Hold on. She'll kind of hand Jade off, I guess, to Garil. I'm assuming they're still up on the top of the tower.
Unless you have a good reason to leave.
She honestly probably would have started. She would have left to go walk around.
Okay.
So I'm guessing they bump into each other in a corridor. Yeah, sure. And she'll kind of reach into her bag on her hip and just pull it out.
It's the book. It's docile. Which is a
She'll
weird
just-
thing to have to call a book.
She'll just, would you mind going over to Rosalind now?
It kind of just shakes in your hand.
Is that a yes, or is...
It's a book, you have no idea.
She's gonna open up a page to make sure that she can actually read the response.
Yep, it's basically written on the first page you open is, yes, she scratches my spine nicely.
Okay. She'll hand over the book. It says to scratch its spine nicely. It likes that, apparently.
Good. I was not sure. I'll
The
continue.
book.
Because it is a book.
I'll bring it back in just a... Well, once we have dinner or so, I'll return it. I just want to
Oh.
finish one thing.
Hold on to it. You're fine. It doesn't seem to have an issue with you. I was meaning to ask, are you alright?
Am I alright?
I haven't really gotten the chance to check in and ask after
Oh.
the last few
Oh.
days.
Oh. It was quite a bit that happened. It was all very recent, all very much, but do you ever have the sense that so much happens so quickly sometimes that it melts together and then drains away?
She makes a
It-
very interesting face at that.
It seems almost distant sometimes. Like it...
I know what you mean. There's almost like a pained expression on her face when she says that. It just... I know. I get it. Trust me.
Are you alright?
Depends on which day you ask me
Hmm.
at this point.
That is
Uh.
probably a fair and accurate, well, statement.
Honestly, I'm nervous. Not even about the heist. I know at least we can get past that, and worst comes to worst, we teleport out of there and try to avoid the diviner for a very long time. But I know you understand this in the sense of you have had to do the same in terms of Hal Kareem, but you know that feeling of running into somebody that you would have rather gone the rest of your life without seeing?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the feeling.
There is someone you're not looking forward to meeting again?
You could say that. There were, I tell you this because I trust you. And I want to be honest, and to be quite frank, there is nobody else that I truly feel as if I can discuss this, because you kind of understand feelings. Some of the others are a bit more emotionally stunted. But, I'm sorry, this is a lot. There is somebody that I am more angry than afraid, I suppose, seeing. And I know that with my fucking luck, I'll probably end up running into him. And I am very worried as to how things are going to go, specifically because of Jade.
All right. Then what is the worry?
That I'm going to run into her father.
All right. And you're angry, and I suppose one way of putting it is, how can we help? What would you like us to do if that happened?
If I do see him, just guard her for me, please. Because if something should happen, and I lose my temper, or then likely he might lose his, please keep her safe.
Of course. And if it helps, I could try to be right there with you and maybe be a calm point? Something else to take your mind off of anger if I notice it? I don't know if it would work, but perhaps going to the source would help. As for Jade, I would almost suggest putting her in Ashta's care directly. He's very good at preventing harm.
That's honestly what I was thinking. There is a reason I've been trying to get him a bit comfortable holding her, specifically because he can take a hit very effectively. My, the shame, it's silly. I was so blind. I fell into the same trap my mother fell into, and I was blind. Anyways. Just another favor, if I can ask.
Mm-hmm.
Try to make sure Guriel doesn't kill him, or I get the chance.
There's kind of a grunt from the side as Guriel's just kind of leaning against the wall, holding Jade with a sour look on his face.
That's not that's a please. And you are not say anything to him until I get my say.
He just raises an eyebrow.
He deserves it, after what he said.
I'm not telling you.
I regret to say that I think there's very little I can do to stop Guriel from speaking, or to slow him down if you both should leap at the same time.
Forget I can stick my hand through dimensions.
I think the
Even
thing
better to throttle you with, my dear.
I think the thing I worry about the most is I left rather suddenly, and Oliver is a stupid man, and I'm very worried that he is under the assumption that we are still, and she looks like she's gonna throw a punch as she says this. Together. With the same persistence of Hal Kareem, there is a reason I do not like that man. He reminds me far too much of somebody else. There's also a reason I humiliate him so profoundly. It's because those were words meant for a person.
I did appreciate that story.
I very much hope so. Regardless,
I'll be there. I'll do whatever I can. Even if it is just making terrible comments and providing an outlet for the same through the pain.
I, in a sense, wanted to give you a heads up. Some of the things, if we do happen to run into each other, some of the things that be said are not going to be the kindest. And I don't mean in terms of curses or anger. She takes a breath, and her hair is flickering. It's gone from red to blue. A very, very deep blue. And just... There are some things that I don't talk about. There are reasons. But, I'll leave this in, I suppose, the easiest manner I can. Ever since we've been in battle, the only scar I've ever got is from that Azer. There are a lot of other ones that I don't normally talk about. She's kind of hoping that you get what she's implying.
Mm-hmm.
It is very clear that she does not want to discuss deeper into it.
If he takes a step towards you, or says one wrong word, I will wait for your word on it. But I will be very, very happy to put the fear of Fae into him, make him see things that are not there. In fact, I've very recently, I think, learned something from my patron that I have not tested on anyone yet. Say the word and he'll be walking in a nightmare. For at least a little while.
If it comes to it, I might just take you up on it. But let it be known, if he touches me, I will light him on fire.
Of course, you get first prerogative on that, but know that the rest of us will not be far behind.
Just, for now, please keep this between us.
All right.
I'd much rather it be sort of a private matter. Again, just for now, please.
Yes.
If it becomes an issue at the time, I will tell you all everything. If it doesn't need to be, then I don't wish to relive it.
Understandable. Let's hope that it doesn't become anything that we need to worry about.
I hope so.
Thorn kind of like climbs over Rosalind's shoulder and just goes, "Can I eat his toes?"
If things go poorly, you may eat his toes.
Oh, come now, Thorn. That's disgusting.
Fine, fingers.
Fingers work as well. Now,
Ooh, I wonder how his ears would taste.
I mean, probably
Arguably
like
more morbid.
probably like dirt. He is an
Dirt's
Earth
not bad.
Genasi.
I'm Faye. Dirt's not bad.
Okay.
Would
Speaking
cut
of
off someone's ears and just like carry them around with them.
Don't out
Like,
me.
fuck.
Don't fucking out me.
As a trophy.
Hey, yeah.
Esther does need to ask Purvis to preserve that, actually.
God.
It's a bit too late for that.
Like,
I don't
Yeah.
know,
And, like,
asking
gooey.
Purvis for favors, like, what? Okay.
It's like dropping a goddamn skeleton at like a mortician and just being like, "Hey, can you like put some makeup on this?"
Oh, you know what though? If it's a skeleton at this point, the fin, like a skeleton of cartilage, that'd be so fucking
Ew.
cool. I'm just saying.
Ew.
I want to look that up later. I don't know what that looks like.
Speaking of, where is Zinnia?
Alright, talk about.
The kitchen is very well guarded, and they seem to be in there. I
Is
wasn't able to.
Asa?
I wasn't able to see what was happening. Honestly, I don't know where. One moment, Fane to Issa. Where are you right now?
Right
I'd like to show you.
now?
Yes, I'd like to show you. Ashta helped me finish training with the sword. I think I can manage it fairly well.
I mean, I'm currently breastfeeding, but can it wait 20 minutes?
It can wait 20 minutes.
Alright. And 20 minutes later, you get a message like, I'm in the,
Wait, how
I'm near
on
the monarch.
earth are you? Because that typically requires pregnancy
Yep.
to happen.
Yep.
Yep.
Wait a minute.
Excuse me?
Did you
Yep.
say this out loud, Rosalind?
I don't think I said
Because-
any of it out loud. It was Fane, but actually the wait, how are you, might have been out loud.
What's wrong?
Hold on a moment. Issa? Fane?
You don't get an answer.
Issa? Do not lie to me.
Rosalind, what is it?
Issa just told me a lie.
What was the lie?
She said she was breastfeeding.
Or she's pregnant?
How long does that
That's
take?
an entire other can of worms.
What?
When you become pregnant, generally you begin to lactate.
Is it immediate? No, wait.
No,
I
it
thought
takes
Yanben-
several months.
I thought Yanben was
Dude,
on...
9 months!
I'm sure
No.
we would have noticed.
I mean, she is constantly in armor.
Armor only hides so much.
Yes.
I need to go speak
There.
with Issa.
You've had a baby before, Esther.
I-
You should know what giving birth looks like.
She knows about birth and lactation. My brother, preemptive lactation is a thing.
Yep. But like
Yeah.
7 months in. I think. I felt that way.
You're like 17.
Yeah,
Yeah.
brother.
Yeah, Gross knows nothing about this.
Esther's
What
gonna
is this
follow
about
behind.
childbirth?
You are in the labs.
Where do babies
Esther's-
come from?
Oh
Hey,
no!
Fane.
Oh no! Does Fervus
You're
know?
gonna have to give Fervus the talk because he's never got it.
He has
Oh
Fane
my
for that. Shut up.
Oh god, can you imagine? Hey,
But okay, Fane
Fane,
requires you like
where do
asking
babies
about it
come
first.
from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you
get
ask,
I like to imagine Fergus at one point asks the fan where babies come from, and then he just gets the most horrifying like
Oh my
vivisection like
Oh, God.
slideshow you've ever seen.
Oh gods! Oh my gods!
I
Oh
was
my
yelling
god!
at 2 a.m.
Is that what that's for?
Eldritch insight gained.
Dead.
I mean, you know how insight works in Dark Souls?
This is Bloodborne. Yes, I know exactly
Sorry,
what you
Bloodborne.
mean.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I meant.
He passes out.
It's like a half. It looks like you guys come across him like passed out with like notes written in his thing. It looks like his like the last thing he wrote, like he wrote in his blood as he was dying. And it's just like, babies are gross.
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 I'm assuming. So, where did Issa say she was?
She didn't.
She didn't.
Yeah, about 5 minutes later, you get a response from Issa saying, "Hey, I'm in the pavilion, where the monarch is."
Esther's gonna follow Rosalind.
Yep.
I'm assuming Garil and Jade follow. Or do they go on?
Unless you tell him not to, he's got nothing else to do.
Alright, fair enough. She's gonna fall into step beside him and just kind of lean against him.
Should probably be fun just finishing the yes boss training. Clipping through the floor a bit.
Into your training around there, anyways. And Issa kind of smiles, like with the great sword in her hand, and kind of twirls it, like ready.
I have an interesting question or two for you.
Are you pregnant?
Oh my god.
She just like levels the great sword at you, Esther. Just never ask me that question that loudly again.
Insight check.
Asher like
Go for it.
appears from like halfway in the ground, like what? And just
Yes!
Rosalind on point today.
She is pregnant.
She is not
Surprise.
pregnant. She is
Damn.
blustering. Rosalind.
The hell?
I
You
thought
said that you.
that Yen Ben was eating solids.
Is, but he likes a treat.
you
He's a
do
he's a
know-
cat kid. He
Hmm.
likes milk.
And
But-
you don't seem to meet certain prerequisites for that?
How are you breastfeeding if you're not pregnant?
Very carefully. And you, princess, said you wanted to train with me, not interrogate me.
What
Oh,
the
this is an interrogation, and I know that you lied to me. So
I can
how
hear
have
you from
been?
over there. What the fuck is this conversation?
Don't worry
Ashton,
about
get your
it.
head out! Get your head out of your ass, or we're gonna have my foot in your mouth.
Now, don't you?
I'm non-tangible right now.
Good. Stay that way.
He just appears beside them. Okay, sorry,
He
what's going
smacks
on?
you upside the head with like the flat of the blade.
Ow! He's gonna arcane retaliation.
Yep. she like flinches, like, you would hit a pregnant woman. How dare you?
She is
Nope, I
going
would hit a liar.
God, I love Issa.
I mean, nothing's wrong with being pregnant.
Oh no, but she
Sing
isn't,
the point
and
at-
she lied to me. So, what have you been doing for the last 20 minutes, Issa?
Helping Zinnia, perhaps?
I don't know, actually.
Insight.
Go for it.
I don't know.
Insight.
No,
I'm gonna insight
I
too.
don't know.
Yeah, all three of you can insight if you want.
Oh, that's a 10.
Mhm.
Much lower. I've got my suspicions though.
It giveth and it taketh away.
Yep.
27.
Ashton, make it
she
up for
she
it.
was she's being honest but evasive.
He was like, nice technicality. Okay, what have you been up to?
Waiting for you, Rosalind. Are you training or not?
You weren't waiting for me. I was waiting for you.
Oh,
You
I know,
said you'd be
but I'm
busy
waiting for you
the
right
next
now.
20 minutes.
So would you like to start or no, or do you not trust your training that much?
Fine. She'll put the shield on, draw the sword.
Good. And just in case, and you see her cast shield of faith on you.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that puts her armor class at a solid 21.
Uh,
and
Real
and she just charges at you, great sword on, sword and shield.
Before Ashley just like pats on the shoulder and is like, you got this. Kiss on the cheek. Yeah, I bet my maiden's honor on you.
Okay, that's disadvantage on my first swing.
Maiden's honor, Jesus Christ.
I need to figure out what's going on. 1 second.
Wait,
Yep.
what the fuck?
Zinnia will shortly return.
Okay.
the fuck?
I don't know if I'm.
Hold on, let me find Issa's sheet.
Oh, fuck.
What is
Okay,
that?
1 sec.
Alright.
Esther does need to ask Ashta something, though.
In the meantime, there's like just sparks flying as these two spar for a little while. But go ahead.
Ashta, I've been meaning to ask, and she kind of holds out her wrist. The crossbow is in there. She has not yet taken it off. Can you help me learn how to use that?
The what is still there? Sorry, crossbow?
It was the wrist bow that the champion was using.
He looks in that and like, oh, that thing. Where'd you get that?
Off the corpse of the champion.
Oh. He just kind of looks at it. Oh, it's very nicely made. What?
Can you-
How?
I
I-
don't know.
Okay, here's the
But
thing. I usually fire from my hand, not my.
You're good at crossbow. I figured
Okay.
you could show me how to aim and maybe stuff like that.
I can give you the best shot, but that's like saying you're good with a sword. Teach me how to swing one with my foot. It's a very different muscle motion, is all. But I'm sure I can get the theory down.
Thank you. I don't want to lie magic.
Does this? I mean, don't you have reliable magic, or?
I do. I want to be better.
Can't argue with that.
So, Conrad, if training with Ashta with the wrist cross, would that be double?
I don't think we have a lot of time right now.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
in
just,
general,
I'm
it
asking
is
for future.
doubled. Yeah.
I'm asking
Keep in
for
mind,
future.
there's a lot of people around here who could train you with a crossbow. Ashta would be the most efficient, but a crossbow is a very general purpose weapon.
Well, it's the wrist one still. It's
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the hard part. But for the initial training, a lot of it, until probably like 70 to 80 hours, is just finding the right stance and target practice until you get used to it. There's not a ton that Ashta specifically would have to do.
Oh wait,
But
Is it
even
a light
Rosalind knows
crossbow?
how to. Technically, it's a hand crossball.
ah shit. Okay.
So it is a martial weapon. But crossbows in general are a thing that even Rosalind knows how to use naturally.
Yeah, because she's proficient in a light crossbow.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'll say you training this takes you 50 hours, not 100. This is not a
Yes.
huge adjustment. It's just target practice.
Hell yeah, brother.
He kind of like holds the arm up and looks in. And is like, I mean, you don't need like a dedicated teacher for this kind of stuff.
Yeah,
You know,
I just
I'd be happy to help at times. Like, don't take it the wrong way. Just if you've got time on your own, you don't need get a range with the target at the end of it.
it would help. That's all.
And as you guys like say this, you just hear the sound of Rosalind being like the sword hitting the
I'm gonna
sword,
stop
and then she
that.
just you're having a conversation with someone else.
Hmm.
Issa hits Rosalind's sword as she kind of like blocks horizontally to like an overhead cut, and the sword just doesn't stop it at all, and just slams Rosalind on the top of the head, and Rosalind just drops like a ragdoll. Keep in mind, it's only one section of that damage because it's either the one-handed or the two-handed.
Mhm.
It's just the second part.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's not all of that, but it is the 28 damage.
Huh. Okay. Quick shot at Issa.
Rosalind's hardy. She's still going,
Yeah.
but
You know. Rosalind's not hurt; it knocked her to the ground.
Yep.
Yeah. He's just gonna do a quick like side of the face shot, like not aiming for it, but just like a hey, watch it.
Might
You mean like
I
shooting
add,
past her face?
Yeah.
Okay.
well, on a
Um,
bottom note, on a critical hit, a creature has a 1 in 10 chance of
Yes.
having their soul fucking severed.
ignore that ability. I said that earlier.
That's hot.
She's not going to
Yeah.
sever Rosalind's soul.
Yep.
Oh my god.
But
Yeah,
she
I
does
have
in response.
severed the soul of your girlfriend, Ashta. Sorry about that.
She
No.
does in response, Ashta. Bonus action, chill touch, just like past your face.
This is training.
I'm swinging a sword near her head. Don't distract me.
I'm fine.
I know you're
Rosalind,
fine.
that was the time to take that distraction opportunity. Come on.
Hey, Ashta.
Clang.
Yep. It just bounces off her armor. She just looks down and she looks at Ashta. And goes, Ashta. Shut up.
What save is that?
Wisdom.
Wisdom.
Wisdom save.
Is this considered charm magic?
Think so. Hold
I make the charm.
on. Plus the command. Doesn't understand your language. Nope, not a charm. Apparently. Hold on. Really?
Let me check.
I think this was a charm.
It's enchantment, but it's not specifically charm. It's text.
Yeah, not technically a charm spell.
Alright.
Interesting.
Wisdom save.
Ha.
You feel inclined to talk more, in fact.
Yeah, he just says, like, good fighter can fight while they talk. Rosalind's been
Again.
training that.
Yes, but having someone shoot past my head makes my ability to hold back a little bit difficult. This sword is very dangerous, Ashta.
Then why are you using it?
Do you have another sword for me to use? I'm sorry, I'm not rich like you guys.
He rolls his head. We have an entire army of dwarf barracks, and you couldn't find one on your way here doing whatever nefarious shit you were up to 20 minutes ago?
No, because, I figured I wouldn't be having an arrow shot at my head while I went to go spar with her. Didn't think
Yeah,
I would
well-
need it.
Ashta,
It just, smacks her across, the chin, Rosalind.
You were
Heavy
distracted.
it covers. Fair point. She just, takes a deep breath, please hold. And just looks at Ash would you like a quick sparring match, Sir Angel?
Ashta, let your girlfriend defend her. She's in a safe place. With Issa, she is fine.
He's like, I use a sword, not a crossbow on her. That's all.
And Issa is good with the tools that she has. It is a
Also
training
raised
match.
her whole life.
She wouldn't attempt to harm Rosalind. Calm yourself a moment and let your girlfriend find her footing.
Like,
The monarch leans down her massive head next to you and just goes, bird has to be pushed out of the nest at some point.
There's like a low, like the cartoon dog growl sound effect.
Yep. The spherical eyes of the monarch just like twists as it looks at you with like a stern expression, like, "Come on."
It's not to her specifically, just the
Oh, I
whole
know.
ordeal. But yeah,
The monarch is basically like chastising the two kids here. Rosalind, you can see the other eyes pointed at Issa instead of Ashta.
there's another fan who's like, "Go for it!" or "No."
I'm waiting for the attack roll. How'd I get there?
Ariel?
Huh?
Oh.
Oh, am I swinging?
Yep.
Yeah, Ashta feigned for you to, while the
Okay.
monarch is chastising Issa to swing at her. Yep. It like catches her in like the hip and she's like, just like kicks the sword out of your hand.
I believe this is my turn.
She just sighs and just like, stand back up.
She's
Ashta,
she's
stay
gone
out-
back
stay out
a
of the way.
while ago.
Yep. And I guess you might like slap the sword like out of her face as you like hit her upside the head with it. Alright.
I don't expect to beat you, but
You shouldn't. Don't worry. I can swing much faster than you can, unfortunately. But don't be afraid to throw in your magic in the meantime. As long as you're okay with me doing the same.
mostly I just wanted to show you what I'd learned with this. For
And you're
what
quite
it's
skilled,
worth.
honestly. As much of a grouchy old guard dog as he is, he's a good teacher. Just don't forget who your original guard dog was.
Of course I haven't.
Good. She like ruffles your hair. It just like lightly slaps you on the side of the face, like your guard was down.
Could Rosalind have tried to block the hair ruffle in the slap with the shield?
Sure.
This
Yeah,
was
sure.
entirely the training she's had up until this point.
No,
Yeah.
that's fair. Hold on. Let's see what her. Issa's not dexterous. It's called athletics check. She like tries to like force it through the shield, basically.
Oh dear lord, you fucking knock her out.
You know, it's one of those things where like you like put the shield up to block it, she just like forces the shield down and ruffles your hair harshly.
Well,
Like I
if
will
she's-
pet you, damn it.
if she's distracted doing that, I'm slapping at her hip again.
Yeah, you do it. It clangs hard, and she just like grabs the shield and just overhand swings at your head again.
Miss!
She just sighs and says, "Okay, square back up," as she like twirls the sword and pulls out her shield this time. And you guys continue sparring for a little while.
Yep.
Rosalind
Rosalind loses, of course, but it's a good time.
You lose handily, but you give her a good run for it at least. As halfway through, she just like goes like pause and like catches your sword almost with her hand, like on the edge of the shield, presses the lay on hands like 15 HP into like your chest, and just like, okay, keep going. But as the day goes on, you each spend your time. Fergus, you can put a total of, through the combination of all the doublings, a total of 16 hours of training
hours?
for the haste potion. So yeah, haste potion 16 hours. Oh, excuse me, sorry, burps again. And if Zinnia is ready for the party.
Wait,
So,
You said
Oh,
16 hours?
there was a wait from Sky.
no,
was it?
I just said, oh.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
So, as you guys kind of settle down and like each brought dinner from the dwarves, there's a little note handed to each of you. An invitation. Let's see. Ty, do you want to read out the note or should I?
Yeah, I got it in your messages.
Okay.
It says, wear fancy clothes underneath armor because some of you are paranoid and meet me by the monarch. It is unsigned, but the handwriting is very recognizable.
And as you guys kind of like look around to where you guys were training previously, the monarch kind of winks in your direction and an illusion disappears that was hiding it from you guys. As there is a small party set up with tents, food, and a pretty significant number of dwarves and folk who live on the island, and a lot of food ready.
What's all this?
Wait. no time to change into fancy clothes? We were told to wear fancy clothes.
You guys are like looking out the window at this.
Okay.
Yeah, this note was brought to you with dinner, basically.
Okay.
Oh my.
There's a little from Rosalind, and she runs and yep, she is made for fancy clothes. She enjoys that. So
Esther's gonna have to ask help to get back into that dress again that Aquarius made for her.
Rosalind will help.
Ash like goes like take a shower or a bath or something, and then goes back in the armor and polishes a bit.
Yeah, basically. And when you come out, it seems Rayla has like put little flowers like inside all the little pieces of the armor that she can fit it. Just looks up at you with a big like toothy grin.
He's like, I'm probably gonna be putting a cloak over that.
You'll smell wonderful.
Just give me a big flower for the cloak.
Sure thing. And she druid crafted up a large rose for you.
And he puts it on.
Big smile. Like, I know you're not gonna say no to that. Alright, so as you guys kind of head out there, everyone's kind of gathered around holding a cup up with like, and you each get handed a cup. Ash, it's like it's almost like club like soda, but like a fruity flavor rather than like a plain bitter flavor. It's nice. You're pretty sure it's like prune. It tastes good.
He might not have. He'd be kind of hesitant.
It's made very clear to you it's non-alcoholic.
He's iffy, but
It's soda more than anything else. But do as you wish.
yeah, he's like, hey, here's a drink at this party. He's like, I'm gonna. Yeah, no.
Yeah. One of the doors goes. Zinnia made it for you. Come on.
Give me a bit.
Just drink it.
I'll sip it later.
And as you guys kind of gather, you see Gariel kind of standing there in this like purplish suit. It's kind of almost like an ombre in a weird way, where the top is like a lighter purple than the bottom. The bottom almost is a black. And looking on him, it complements his skin tone very nicely.
Esther has to close her eyes.
Yep, and he's holding Jade, who is dressed in this tiny emerald green dress, and it has little like fairy wings, kind of like Rayla has.
Which was Rayla?
Rayla is just kind of inside your armor, as usually as she keeps hidden.
The look on Esther's face is one of absolutization. It's like she's been charmed.
He just gives you this big smile and raises the glasses. Xena kind of steps forward. Xena, how do you look?
Breastplate's still on, sort of similar to what they usually wear, because they do wear fancy clothes, like, even in casual. Very just their hair is put up in some braids. And they're holding a glass and just smiling at the party.
There's a quick faint over, just hey.
It's just a smile and just goes, friends. I'd like to make a toast.
He tilts his head and he sends a feint again. It's like, hey.
Yes? And Zinnia faints back.
Okay. He's just like, okay, just, yeah, okay, no problem.
Damn, okay.
He like takes a breath, and then when he does that, he just like stops for a second.
Welcome
Takes a
to
deep
Flo-
breath and just goes, okay. Now that no one thinks I'm a doppelganger.
Welcome to
It's
floating.
a
Brains
reasonable
Town.
assumption.
Like sort of gestures his last towards Ashta. I'd like to make a toast to the best people I've ever known. You've all been through so much, and knowing the shit we are getting up to, there's still a lot more shit coming. Tonight may be one of our last nights in a while that we can use to rest and enjoy each other's company. As busy as we are, we do enjoy each other's company. A year or so ago, none of us, including myself, would have expected this to happen. Lifelong friends, fucked up foes, and finding love. Tonic or romantic. I love all of you, and will continue to as these moments continue. I promised myself years ago to never make connections and relationships with those with shorter lifetimes. Past me was an idiot, as we are all aware.
There's a hearty grunt from Remy.
But you wonder why I'm doing this tonight, and it is something I've planned for a long time. Many many weeks, as at this point, that's a long time for us. I'm making you all a promise right now. I pledge myself, my future selves, and my soul, and my existences to all of you. From now on until forever. I am at your service. And Zinnia, like, gives a bow.
Yep. Rosalind, roll me a history or religion check, your choice. And Ashta, give me a religion check.
Anything to do with Faye?
It is Faye, yeah.
Alright, so advantage.
Yeah.
I've got that.
Ooh, history.
That's right. Alright. Ashta, you would recognize that as an elven tradition known as a soul pledge. Basically, anytime an elf gets extremely close to a shorter living creature, as they are the longest living of the humanoids, generally, they pledge their life to, as long as children of your bloodline meet Zinnia, and Zinnia will seek them out. That they will protect the children as well, and guide them as they would have guided you, out of respect to the friendship that you had once. And if the bloodlines continue narrowly enough that the elves can do so, in their following lives, they hope to do the same.
Senior raises their glass up. To us.
To us.
To us.
Because I'm tight.
First.
First is literally to burns.
Oh, no.
Dang it.
It's the only thing that the poison goes through.
No. That's his mistletoe.
Please hold while I write something in one of the character backstories for the stuff for the next campaign.
Damn it.
After a moment
I
passes, and
sworn I got rid of those prune allergies. God damn. And he pours out the drink.
I could have sworn I killed my histamines years ago.
Exactly.
after a moment of that passes, there's just a quick there's a quick like fade go out to the party. It's just like, hey, if any of you aren't crying yet, here's the full implication of what Zinnia just said. Zinnia, I'm sorry, but not sorry. There's a Wikipedia hyperlink to Elf Soul Pledge. Yep.
Oh man.
Esther's gonna hand her drink off to somebody and pretty much run up to where Zinnia is. Them into
Yep, Zinnia, a flying genasi comes towards you.
Alright.
Wow, that's a big commitment.
You don't have to promise all that.
I think I had the moment I met you.
And she's just hugging you as tight as she can.
Rosalind will go up, and she's gonna kind of coax Zinnia to bend down a little bit.
Yeah.
And okay, you know that moment. Do you know that moment in the Lord of the Rings movie, the very first one, where Aragorn gives Boromir that kiss on the forehead? And
To
it's
keep
Yeah.
this a heartfelt moment,
Yep.
I'm gonna say yes.
Yep. Okay.
Oh man.
Rosalind
Nice.
is gonna give
Nice. Now you got
Zinnia
me crying, Ariel. Nice.
Yep.
Good job.
a kiss on the forehead, which is just kind of that that gesture of thank you and I guess appreciation, honoring that.
Senior will just give a nod
Let
and
you back up.
stand up back straight and just go for a hug.
You get the hug.
Esther shifts so Rosalind can also hug Zinnia.
Zinnia's like head will go up and just go, bastard. Younger bastard.
First, I don't think I ever gave you an answer, did I?
2.
You're not one. You'd never be one of the Fae.
Oh my god.
I think Devin just played the emotional equivalent of an Uno reverse card.
Oh my
No,
god.
you.
Jesus Christ, that just sucker punched me in the gut.
You just that threw me off.
Oh my god.
And he goes and he joins the hug.
Esther's gonna pull Ferguson.
You barely know me, man.
Purpose is just
Shut your mouth!
It doesn't
up.
matter. You are part of this family now, whether you like it or not.
I smell potential for this. I also
Oh.
smell. I also smell the food, guys. I'm cooking all day. Please eat. I'm not good with the emotional crap. So I made food to tell you how much I love you, and also I may or may not have had some of the dwarves and maybe Goril for some help for spicy food contest.
Esther's eyes fucking light up. You did what?
Got help from everyone and made everyone food that they all really, really like. Like, I made the Black Forest cakes again for Ashta. I made a lot of stuff that people in Anther told me you really liked when you were growing up. That's why Issa was helping.
Esther is crying again.
Goril helped me find some tribe stuff and a lot of the stuff we had when we were there.
And Issa kind of nudges you, Rosalind, like, by the way, I'm not pregnant.
I know that.
She just smiles and shoves you on the shoulder.
If you ever are, don't feel afraid to come to us. I'm very happy to help.
Yes, but Esther, please, never just yell that in the courtyard for everyone to hear. I have a reputation to maintain.
What's wrong with being pregnant?
You see, that's in any other situation, that sentence would be fine if the name Esther wasn't in there.
Yes, no, but Esther, I am the head of security here. It is hard to be head of security and convince everyone that you are tougher than any of them with a baby bump.
Yeah. Hey Connor, can I try one more thing?
Go for it.
He's gonna like come back and just go, there's something clerics try, and I know Cam will try it when he's older too, but with the pledge comes a clerical promise as well. And I'm going to hope to my gods that they'll let me do it now. If not, I know people who do constant attempts daily, and I believe I may be one of those who attempt it. And Conrad, we're gonna click it.
Go for it.
Fuck you!
That's painfully close.
Oh,
Yes.
that one hurts me right in the heart.
Fuck.
Okay. I'm gonna say that, considering that the Soul Pledge happens literally once in most elves' lifetime,
Yeah.
that with a roll that close,
That-
something happens.
Yes!
Okay.
What kind of intervention are you asking for?
Like the full god's help, mostly Coralon, because Zinnia's gonna be reborn under one of Coralon's children, to make that shit happen for like the next lives too, to guarantee it.
Okay. And do you hear a voice in the kind of back of your mind that it raises every hair at the base of your neck that says, make a toast. It will be sealing the promise.
Zinnia's just gonna go, Coralon, I already fucking made one, okay.
Just make them all drink.
Make a toast to future generations. That could be the way to do it.
Zinnia's just gonna lean back and just go, okay. A toast. To our futures. To everyone who is here and who will not be here, but who is yet to come. To all of us. Zinnia will drink.
Esther,
As each of you drink, and each of the dwarves drink, and Issa holds up like a tiny little sippy cup to each of the babies' mouths. Remy does the same.
Apple juice.
Eat juice.
Each of you feel like a stirring in the soul. Which to some of you, that's more familiar than others.
Hi.
To Fervis, and Rosalind specifically, that's a fucking weird sensation.
Esther's like,
As
"Oh,
you
I'm
feel
done
your
again."
as you feel your life essence flicker for just a quick second. And it comes back stronger than it was before. And for a second, kind of like the first time you each commingled, you all see through Zinnia's eyes. And sees, in that moment, kind of the way that they perceive each of you.
Filter.
Sorry?
Heart filters.
Kind of, yeah. And you get this kind of, like, fundamental understanding of, like, what a step this is for them. As you flick back into your own body, all the babies have fallen asleep with a smile on their lips. All those who were planning to get drunk are very drunk. And all those who've been injured today through training, through little pieces of potion that are specifically made to get rid of poison immunity, and such, heal. And Carson kind of like takes like an odd motion and flexes his knee, which seems much stronger than it was before. And something has happened, the effects of which will not be seen for hundreds of years. But something has happened. And one of the dwarves raises a piece of meat on the bone and goes, "Spice contest! Genasi versus dwarves!"
Spice contest!
What?
Genasi versus dwarves. I wasn't the only one in that kitchen.
Esther just kind of looks. You are going to suffer.
And one of the dwarves from your squad gets this like big grin on her face, and he goes like, "That's what you think, eh?"
Oh,
Suffer
that is
the
what
burn
I
of a
know.
thousand reapers.
You can handle heat, but can you handle capsaicin? Because capsaicin is technically a poison.
Oh no,
Spurvis sits
Fervus.
down.
Yep,
no.
Fervus, resistant to fire and immune to poison, sits down at the table.
Can
Esther
But
just-
he's gonna
Is
act
there
like it.
any
He's gonna
chance
try and
he can
all
he's
like
gonna hopefully
all
act like
85 pounds of them sits down like, "Hi guys."
Hi guys.
Basically.
Hey guys. What are we doing here?
So you basically get like the what's the
fame
show?
show, like,
What's the Hot Wings show where you interview celebrities?
Oh,
Hot
fuck,
Wings.
I know that.
Hot Ones. Basically like the Hot Ones platter of like soybean cakes. And like roasted mushrooms placed in front of you. And each of the dwarves puts down 5 gold. Let's make this fun. Gariel
Okay.
kind of sits down
Kenny up.
and has like a jade on his shoulder and puts down 5 gold as well.
Ash like leans over this and like pats Fervus on the shoulder, like, "Is this considered taxation if we're just kind of taking money from you?"
he like he
Ash,
just like
Ash, roll a charisma check first of all.
Charisma.
Just roll charisma.
They now think you're robbing
15.
them.
One of the dwarves goes, "Hey, Budman, sit your ass down and compete. We've
I've
seen
got-
what you eat. We've seen what you eat."
I probably won't get as far as this one. This is your real challenge here, and he ruffles Fervus's hair. But sure.
He's made kindling.
Yeah.
It is
You're the one
As
putting the
far-
money down.
It has been
As
established.
Fervus puts down 10 gold, all the dwarves slap down another 5, as they are literally drunk off of Fey essence right now.
Oh, no.
Esther's gonna
Oh,
lean
no.
over. Esther's gonna lean over to Fervus and just whisper, "Make it 20. You're gonna do fine."
Pretty sure most of the dwarves don't have 20 gold.
Well,
Rosalind, I don't know what I got
Again,
myself
this is
into.
bordering on taxation, guys. This actually isn't that fair.
It's really isn't.
No.
Esther's gonna slap down 10 gold.
Yep, alright. So, everyone make a constitution check.
okay.
Fervus,
I'm
just roll a
immune.
d20 and hope you don't get a 1.
Okay.
And Esther with advantage.
Esther will have advantage. Yep. All the
15.
dwarves will have advantage, and all the fire resistant folk will have advantage. Yes, so Fervus, unless you got a 1, you win.
Yes. Nice.
As you have literally the ultimate build to not lose.
Oh no.
What was it? Constitution?
Yeah, constitution.
Ash is see lower because his mouth is like
Fine.
not of this world.
No, because it's
Nice.
mostly poison, basically.
Alright.
Esther, you do pretty good. Fervus, you don't even feel pain from it. You literally don't have histamines at
Yeah.
this point, basically.
It's a nice flavor.
Yeah, like at one point, like you finished last wing, and like they bring out like there's like 6 people left. One of them being Esther. It's like Esther, Garil, and 3 of Ashta's dwarves. And the next one comes out, and it is just the bottle of hot sauce put in front of each of you.
You know that video where Michael chugs a thing of barbecue sauce?
Yes.
Yeah. He-
Oh god.
you're so fucked.
Yeah. As you down the whole thing, Esther, as you take like the first tiniest amount of this, you literally have to stop, because if you don't, you fear you're gonna throw up. Garil like just looks at it and just, nope. I know what's in that. Nope.
Asher's just enjoying a meal that's spicy at this point.
Yeah,
What the fuck
basically.
is in this?
You know it's basically literal poison that effectively makes your mouth vulnerable to heat, and then a boatload of capsaicin. Also, that's a brilliant idea, Zinnia. The dwarves like try to finish it, and none of them get close. And Fergus, you just drink it and just put it down and be like,
You're so fucked.
"Sup?" Yeah, basically.
You're fucked.
Fergus, go ahead and take. Hold on, while I do math. Shit.
Oh no.
Fergus.
Did I just hustle a bunch of dwarves?
Yes,
did.
absolutely.
That's
Roll me.
awesome.
Roll me a d40.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Okay.
100
Go ahead and add 1,130 gold pieces to your inventory.
1,130?
One more day of guarding, motherfucker.
1,000? Wait, 1,000? What? How much?
1,130.
Dude,
Jesus
you almost have as much as Esther does in her personal pocket. That's impressive.
Yeah, as you just like sweep it all into a bag of holding, and just even the other alchemists are like, "How the fuck?"
Esther gives you a very big high five. I am so proud
I
of
learned to
you.
metabolize capsaicin when I was like 5.
Just the dwarves, most of them can't talk at this point. They're just dunking their faces in water, basically.
Esther
Having fun
gives
there,
you
boys?
One of the dwarves, one of yours, who just decided not to because they saw the look in your eye, basically. Just pat you on the shoulder like, "You're a good successor to the purple one. He was also a being of pure chaos."
Esther's basically gonna sling an arm around the shoulder and just, you did good.
Thank you.
Next time, we'll make sure it's even better. You'll do
I
fine.
admit I was playing possum a bit.
Oh, no shit.
Oh, I don't know. Like, Fergus was totally like, oh, I don't know if I can...
And then follow it with like, "You guys are fucked."
Yeah, like the Fresh Prince scene. Bring out Lucille. It just completely clears him.
Yep. And as the
What?
night
20
Sends
is like
into-
10 gold a wing? Okay.
it was 10 gold a dwarf.
Yeah, 10 gold per dwarf.
There were a lot of dwarves. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
I basically rolled for how many more than 100 were willing to compete.
Holy fuck, alright.
They are all drunk
Yeah, true.
off of fey magic, which makes them easily persuaded.
I'm telling you, taxation.
Yep. It's an effective tax. So, as the night is merry and... There's no alcoholic drinks there, but all the dwarves are plastered. It's pleasant. The kids are put to bed pretty quickly, but they seem to be having fun. Specifically, Jade is loving the kind of freedom of thought that's around. And she will just say things pointing at random dwarves. You're pretty sure she breaks up 2 couples, just by accident, but also, matches like 6 others together, just by like a quick word. Yeah,
Technically
basically.
a prophet.
Yeah, kind of.
Oh my god, she's gonna have a time when she meets Algian.
Yep.
Shit. Fuck.
Yep. But as you all go to bed, take a long rest, well fed, Esther, your mouth hurts so bad.
Can I ask you
Oh.
a thing to Zinnia?
Go for it. Just any last things you guys want to do before the night comes, feel free to do it now.
I never did a thing. 1 second, Conrad. I'm gonna jam roll it.
Go for it. Old peduncle produced onion.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was assuming it was somewhere in that range.
Yeah. Okay, I'm done.
Yep, the food is delicious.
Ash
Guys,
will
go to
just,
bed. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
oh yeah, Ash will just quick tap Zinnia on the shoulder.
Hey.
Hey, you did a weird soul thing, right?
Yeah, it's tradition. Usually it happens when you're in the few hundreds, but I'm impulsive, but I know you're all special. Very special.
Can I
to me.
request a like an amendment or like a sub rule or something on that?
I want to know your reasoning before I agree.
I don't know if I can do anything like that. I don't quite have a good handle on how my soul works or rebirth or any of that shit.
You want me to find you?
Yeah. drag my ass back to Rosalind. And the rest of you. But her first. I'll be pissed more so.
I thought that was already included, but just so it's out there.
Yeah.
Of course.
Just letting you know that you might have to put some work in.
Oh, I know.
I'm just going to
Probably-
assume any other iteration of me is stubborn, so...
Probably my next life I'm gonna have to put some work in as well, but I hope to start earlier next time.
Well, I mean, we got some dragons. Maybe, like, give them the story, too, and they can fill you in later.
That's... I think Pyrrhus was around.
Pierce was included.
Yeah.
Though, frankly, if you need to protect a gold dragon, there might be other problems, but moving on.
Yeah.
No, just tell them your story before it's your time, and I mean, it'll probably be a while till it's his time after that, so...
I do plan on it. Once my search is lax as I grow older, I'm planning on collecting many scribes and many people to tell the stories. And
Also, if I still keep this armor, can you just, like, put it in a chest somewhere? It's nice armor.
I'm hoping at a point you'll be buried on the castle, so I will keep it safe.
It's
I
like,
don't know.
wow, you've got this really planned out.
I'm alone a lot. There were 4 of me. I had some multitasking. Tulsund.
Your flowers will be lovely.
It's like, look, just... not right now, but at some point, maybe ask for my input on my own future. Whatever.
Ashta, how old are you?
There's a difference between lifespan and life expectancy. We've been through this.
Oh dear lord.
Yes, but I have a way of fixing the life expectancy part.
We'll see.
Fair point.
Please do.
Yeah.
So
You guys do also know that the dragons, technically dragons never die of old age. They continue to get more into the prime the longer they live, period. They never get weaker.
My
So
son
as long
will
as a
live.
dragon... Yeah, so as long as a dragon isn't killed, it lives.
He
this
will
is a
live
long-term
forever.
plan. Ashta, I want to be completely honest, but this pledge has to be to all of you now. Because I think I'd forget. I truly think I'd forget and die. As we do a very busy next few weeks. I need this to be open. Any other things we can settle when the tides have calmed.
And he just quick hug and like of the hair.
I'm taller than you, bitch.
You're sitting down right now, bitch.
Am I?
I assume he found you at the dinner table.
It's difficult to have a conversation with Ashta unless you're sitting down, so yeah.
I can make myself shorter. It's patronizing, but I can do it.
You're right, it is patronizing. Good night, and he just walks off.
Good night. And then you'll do one last lap before trancing.
As you guys sleep well and...
Sorry, just one question. Going off to the beds, where does everybody go?
I assume the same place they've been the past few nights. Gareo comes to your room, of course.
Okay.
Purvis joins him. Not Purvis, fuck. Pyrrhus joins him.
Jesus.
Zinnia's
Okay.
room's a little confusing because no one's ever seen it, but no, Zinnia has one.
No one ever looks in. It's there, in concept.
Is it
In
divided
concept.
into 4 parts?
You've never seen Zinnia walk in nor out of it because Zinnia goes to bed after you and wakes up before you.
Hmm.
Fair enough.
Door's locked, though.
No, because Esther did want to ask Guriel.
Esther did want what?
2.
She wanted to ask Guriel something.
Go for it.
She looks very awkward when she says, "Look, very nice."
Appreciate it. I've had this thing sitting around for a while. I don't wear it very often.
You should.
If I did, I wouldn't get this reaction every time.
Cheeky fucker. I wanted to ask, can you stay?
Think I was going anywhere?
I need to make sure because I I don't feel safe at night, ever. The last 2 years, and last few days, I have slept sounder than I have very, very long time, and I really don't.
Sir, you have a penchant for trouble. Even if you hadn't asked, just for the sake of making sure Jade doesn't get caught up in your debauchery. Stick around.
Thank you.
Plus, apparently Pyrrhus is the equivalent of the greatest heated blanket in the world.
He is.
So, it's a good incentive.
Said
So the kid
earlier.
get some rest and...
Just what was said earlier, very briefly. If we do happen to run into him,
I'll let
please,
you take the lead. Don't worry.
thank you. I just have to make sure.
I'm not here to be your protector, I'm here to be your backup, don't worry.
Thank you.
Considering you have crazy bullshit magic, I don't think there's any better place for me to be. And also, I'm never going to forgive you for reaching the duat your first try. Like, ever.
I mean, kind of not my fault.
Yeah, no, I know, but I'm still never going to forgive you for that.
That's okay. It just means that you'll have to stick around to see what other kind of crazy magic bullshit I would pull off.
Thoth save me.
And she leans up and she gives him a kiss.
Yep, and he returns it and says, come on. You're tired, I'm tired. Pyrrhus is warm. You can do the math.
It's good.
Peaceful
That's-
night is had.
Dream
Yes. Yep, you can each roll for your dream training.
It's intelligence, right?
It's your spellcasting. Check, basically.
Ooh!
Oh, was that a good roll for once?
Yeah, I know!
Yeah, it
I
was.
always get shit once.
Oh, no, that you have a good intelligence, it helps.
GM
Fuck
rolled
off!
it, then I realized I don't have any hours to work on sleep.
21.
How many hours do you need to be the
Do
thingy
some
again?
training.
60.
60.
Okay, and
16.
how many hours is it now for sleep?
8.
Can she meditate in her sleep?
I mean, I feel like that's like the best time to do it.
Theoretically, I'm just
Yo.
making sure, brother. I'm
Yeah,
just making
no, like
sure.
that seems reasonable, yeah.
Yo, that's what Zinnia does every day.
What's the DC though again?
13.
7 plus
Okay.
8.
How many hours?
Unless you're Ross, 8. It's
15.
normal long rest.
That doesn't...
I have DC 12, but I have no hours to work on.
Oh my god, I need 5 more hours. I'm gonna
Fuck,
scream.
wait, I'm awake 4 hours.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I'm cool.
And also,
Cool.
between setting up the party, you could have easily.
Wait, Conrad,
Yes.
I think I fucked something up.
Okay.
So, I have hours for the enchantment books I got from Roslyn's, and I have hours for enchanting tools. Is that the same fucking thing?
Kind of.
Can I combine them
You
or
can
not?
combine it for the sake of this, though. Yeah.
Oh, thank God, I have something to sleep train on.
Yeah. No, because you had gotten the book before you ever got the tools.
Yeah.
So. But as you guys wake up, the next morning is peaceful as well. As Orzer basically says, yeah, by evening, I'll have everything ready. Give me tonight to make sure it works first, though. So if you guys want, you can be ready to go by tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Okay. Real
So-
quick, first thing in the morning, can Esther run downstairs and go meditate for 2.5 hours?
Yep, so for the sake of this, I'm going to say you guys have effectively 12 hours during the next day that you can do what you want with.
Yes.
Well, Fervis is going to dedicate all those 12 hours in his... You said he was at 16, right?
Yep, and you can use the dwarves to help you out with that, yeah.
Yeah, and I'll use the dwarves and potentially Ashta as well to help out with potion of haste.
Conrad,
We can figure it out in the chat afterwards if we need to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Esther reaches 100 hours meditating.
I may need to find someone and see if there's someone on the island who has some time. That is a later thing.
But, I mean, if you're doing it for enchanting, Orzor is in the middle of enchanting this whole time.
I'm more finding to see if someone has, like, the ability to cast spells while also holding a weapon. Cough, cough, Warcaster.
I mean, there's Issa. And,
Does he have Warcaster?
No, but she's a sorcerer paladin.
Oh fuck! I could train with. I'm gonna train
Yeah.
with Issa for a little bit.
Yeah, she uses her longsword as her focus.
Oh,
Um,
so you're gonna do some longsword stuff with trying to cast magic.
yeah, so you can take Issa to help you with those hours as she's relatively busy, or not busy that day.
Cool.
And as late in the evening, kind of as you're getting ready for dinner, you each get a message in your head, except for Purvis, from the ship. The castle. As the castle says, we have a request for docking. And
From who?
that's where we're going to leave it for this session.
Ah.
Okay. Horrifying.
So
Does anything happen after she reaches 100 hours?
We'll discuss that post-session.
Okay.
Alright. So,
Are we going to figure out like how the hours spread out next
No.
session too?
We'll worry about that
between.
sessions. Just
Okay, okay.
Alright.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and end the recording. Till next
Until
time.
next time.
Bye.
Bye.